12 parks in the United States. That includes SeaWorld branded parks, but also Busch Gardens, Sesame Place, and water parks in Florida and Virginia. The announcement says the company has a mission to protect the environment, and they see the effects of plastic pollution on the animals they rescue and rehabilitate. The move comes amidst a call by the United Nations to end single-use plastic products, Lisa.
Thanks, Evan. Fox News, fair and balanced.
I love sunny days till they shine on the rug that never recovered from the incident. Need a style refresh? Get it at Gordman's. Find what you need for your home, family, and life with no damage to your wallet. Gordman's had their own refresh, and the biggest surprise is the best kind of sticker shock. With new deliveries each week, I discover something unique and exciting every time I shop, and the deals are amazing. Plus, with G Rewards, I earn points with every dollar I spend, so I can save even more. Gordman's, bigger deals, smaller prices.
On the streets of Miami, speed is the law. So when a corn dog goes after the wrong girl,
Oh, heartburn!
one man will bring her Tums Ultra Strength.
I'm on my way.
Don't get wrecked by heartburn. Nothing works faster than Tums.
Your mustard's fast, but my Tums are faster.
And with Tums on the go rolls, it's never been easier to leave heartburn behind.
You did it.
Yeah. You gonna finish that corn dog?
Tums Ultra Strength, available in a store near you.
Do you know what I love about Art of Granite? Price quotes on the phone. Art of Granite.
It's all right. Look at you. Slaps down a little. You're at the little boy's table, at the Christmas table. Is he okay? Low writer. Oh, wait a minute. Man, I can't write with my pen. And you got guys. This is no biggie. And they tear out business. Go ahead. It's slow time.
No, you slam it.
It's absolutely
Right?
ridiculous.
Mark? No. Slow?
Yeah, moderate. I mean,
Moderate?
not real busy, not slow.
Are you moving trannies?
Averaging maybe 2 to 4 lately these last 2-3 weeks. I like to get up to 6 or 7, but
That's not bad, though.
No, with the heat coming this weekend.
Is that too short? Do you want to hire two?
He's gotta be great.
Just everything else.
Overheating, just everything that
There's a higher chair out
This
there. if you
weekend's
want it.
supposed to be
Almost
90.
As long as you can still see.
98.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you if I need. It's not
how did he,
They didn't see how he did it, but he killed himself, they said.
Wow.
Shot himself, didn't they?
I heard home.
God, what a way to go. Didn't Robin Williams do that?
Yeah.
Didn't we also hear his girlfriend was moving around on him or something? You're still doing the budget 89 or 3? Yes. Find it puts $89 register, absolutely.
That might be a little better.
Dan? Yeah. Was it you that said his girlfriend was the who? That Bourdain's girlfriend was messing around with him. Was it you that said that?
Yes. No, I read it.
Oh, you read it.
So the week before, they were all chummy, loving, kissing on each other. He was shooting somewhere this week. She stayed in France, I think, or she stayed wherever. She was photographed holding hands and hugging and stuff with another guy that his photographer put up on one of these sites. And then I guess he offed himself, and that photographer took down those pictures.
When you have an 11-year-old daughter, do you not think about that?
Well, yeah, but once you're that sick, come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
not yourself. I mean, it's
really, it's an illness. Yeah, exactly.
Girlfriend, your wife, cheating on you, done. Thank you. Now I found out. I'm out of here. I mean, really.
Multiple solutions. At worst, gaps in coverage will leave your data vulnerable. Barracuda Backup is a single cloud-integrated solution that simplifies the backup process and allows data replication to anywhere on your network, private cloud, Barracuda's cloud, or to the AWS public cloud. Reclaim your data. Try Barracuda Backup free at barracuda.com/backup.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Designer. Yeah.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by Rocky's Autos. This is Car Day today, so welcome. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call, especially car stuff. You know, we don't concentrate on just one topic ever. But Fridays come close with our theme being cars on Friday, getting ready for the weekend. What's going on in your life? 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Rockies, 63rd and Federal, open tonight till 7 tomorrow. Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry. Let me just say, I recite that all the time, and actually, they have new summer hours, so it's different. They're open later, so hold on, let me get that. I just remembered that. They changed their hours. Summer hours are Monday through Saturday. 9 to 7, so they're open till 7 every day, including Saturday, closed Sundays. 40 lenders to choose from, great pricing, good trade-in values because they sell most trades right there. Rockies Autos, 303-426-4646. So, folks, we have our experts here today. I'll introduce them as we go on rather than all at once. And we're going to talk about your cars, your problems, your questions, your complaints, and then anything else that's bothering you. We'll give you some updates, too. A lot of people are asking about Doreen, who called the show the last call yesterday. If you have the podcast, a very lovely woman, all alone in her life, completely alone, disabled, got an eviction notice, not for lack of payment, but because the landlord has other plans. She didn't sign a new lease when they asked her to. So we're going to work on that. Mark's going to actually go see her. And we're
going to go out Monday. We're going to talk to, hopefully, the landlord or whoever's running the joint. We're going to talk to her and try to get this done.
Now, Suzanne, did we let her know? Did anyone call her to let her know we're going to be going? Because she was waiting for us, and I think we need to let her know. Did Daphne call or anyone call to let her know? Okay, good. We've been in touch with her. That's what's important.
Daphne's calling her this morning for us.
Good, because we don't want people to feel alone. 303-713-8255. You know, there have been a lot of suicides in the news. You know, I say a lot. I mean, more than just what you hear about. You know, suicides are normally not reported on when it's just somebody who commits suicide, but when the people are well known, you hear about them. And the suicides are up 30%.
Yeah, I sent you that article. Number 10 reason of deaths in the U.S., suicide.
But it's up
30%
since 2000, right?
Somewhere around there, 99, 2000. That's crazy. I can't believe it. But number 10 reason for death in the U.S. is suicide. Think of that. Number 10.
Anyway, there is a suicide prevention national line. It's 1-800-273-TALK. And TALK is 8255. 1-800-273-8255.
Let me ask you something.
Or 1-800-273-TALK. And it's Suicide Prevention Lifeline.org.
Very serious question. Do you find it, every circumstance is different, but in general, do you think it's a very cowardly move, or do you think it's a very courageous, and that's really not the right word, but...
Okay, I know what you're asking. We had this discussion. Okay, here's what I think. Not that it matters. This is what I think. I think you have to be incredibly brave to kill yourself. Now, I don't mean it's a brave thing to do. It's cowardly in that you don't want to face your problems. It's also narcissistic in that or selfish. You're not thinking of your children or your loved ones you leave behind with such misery and pain. So in that regard, it's selfish, meaning you're only thinking about yourself. Now, if you talk to someone in that situation, they'll say, no, these people are better off without me. They'll say that every time. But the actual act, I actually personally think you have to be brave, not cowardly. I mean, it takes a lot to hold a gun up and shoot yourself or to hang. I mean, I don't call that a cowardly act. I think you got to have, as they say, you got to have some balls. I mean, how do you do that? How do you do that without having some nerve? Now, to get what I'm saying, I don't think suicide is courageous. I think the actual act takes some bravery of some kind. I mean, it's like... But I think then it's also selfish. So two different things. It's selfish as a motive, as a operation. It's a selfish operation. You don't give a damn for anybody because you would never want your child to find you. And these parents that do it where their kids can find them, you'd never want that to happen. Think about what it would do to them. On the other hand, to actually do it, Mark, I don't know. It
goes against everything, every piece of human nature. It's so backwards.
I can't think about someone doing that. I don't know what... It's such desperation, you know. So people, there are people who are suicidal. Now, you know, who knows? There might be people who hang themselves and at the last minute change their mind or say, why did I do this? Who knows? But that suicide prevention hotline, and there's plenty of lines. In fact, we've had people call here who have been suicidal. We've helped many people over the years. It just happens because they hear us on the air. Of course, that's not our specialty, but we have people who are desperate every day. That suicide prevention lifeline, one of them, a national lifeline, 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-TALK. Carolyn, what's happening with you, Carolyn?
Hi, I wanted to touch on that suicide type issues. I have a daughter that's bipolar, and she's got a little schizophrenia also. So I don't, first of all, I just listened to you. I don't think that people are selfish as much as they just want to get out of the pain, because she's there. You know, we've had a few of those attempts, and with her, and like she says, it's just I you know, she's got 2 children. They're grown, but she's got 2 children, and they're she, you know, she says, Mom, you're not even thinking about that. You're in so much pain that you want to get out of it. And I've been
I can
with depression.
I hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was totally depressed for a year one time after a breakup, and the one thing that really did keep me going was thinking about what it would do to my family. So
exactly.
that I was rational about. But I have actually been to the point where I just want to be out of the pain. So, but you know, you call the suicide prevention centers, which is a great place to call because it really helps. But and on that subject, there's been something that's really kind of been eating at me for the last few years. When my daughter was getting a divorce, this is the same daughter, when she was getting a divorce, we ended up with her teenage son. And during that time, we had called in, and we talked to Mike Major, and I think it's his wife, the receptionist.
Mark Major and
Mark Major, yeah.
And Suzanne, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Mark may be able to remember this. I don't know. If he's got your memory, he probably will. But she and her husband, at the time he was growing up, the youngest one, were swingers. And, you know, if anybody knows anything about mental illness and bipolar, first of all, bipolar people are very promiscuous. That's just a thing that they've got, you know, it's a lot about sex. So, and that was fine with her husband because he liked that too. Well, what happened was they weren't paying a lot of attention to their son. So that's the way we ended up.
What did you call for? Where's this going?
Well, I don't know.
What we called for was to see if we could get some kind of help for her because her husband was being paid under the table and he was, you know, threatening to take her to court, and she, you know, she just made enough money to barely get by.
And how long ago was this?
And this has been, I'm thinking maybe 3 years ago.
So what's going on now?
Well, it's so that really bothered me because what's that one lady that she's an attorney down south, I think. She's on there a lot.
On where a lot?
On your show.
Bonnie Shields? Family attorney?
Yeah, Bonnie. And we finally were able to get a hold of her, and she was going to call us back. Nobody ever called us. One time I called in to see if I could get a hold of her, and I was
Well, do you still need help today?
Well, no, I don't. But I just wanted to get that off my chest because this is a prime example. She's bipolar. Never get anybody to call us back or do anything. So
sometimes there's nothing to really, we can't help. There's just no help. And I can't speak to that because it was, what, 3 years ago?
I don't know. I get a call saying they're swingers and they're having issues. I don't remember this, but I mean, I'm sure I was, you know, straight to the point like I always am.
Whenever there's mental illness involved, though, we take that. You know, when somebody, I've actually said to people, you sound paranoid, you sound schizophrenic, you sound mentally ill, and I don't mind telling people that because I don't subscribe to this theory that you go along with them and gain their trust. I think you gain their trust by being honest. I never misuse or abuse or make fun of people.
Have you heard this connection? Have ever heard that before? Being promiscuous and
bipolar
and mental ill? I just never heard that before.
No, I mean, I imagine some people, if they're bent that way, that the bipolar part of them can exaggerate it. But mental illness is definitely an ingredient in suicide. I mean, listen, it's not a natural thing to want to kill yourself. It's just not natural. And yeah, I understand about escaping pain. People want to escape pain, but they are truly not thinking it through. They're not. I mean, you know, we have a lot more to talk about. And by the way, if you are on the edge, if you need a friend, if you want to talk to someone, call us. I mean, we'll never turn anyone away. I'm serious. If you're really depressed, tell me what goes through your mind. I mean, I think that I don't know. I mean, what really surprises me is when people say, "I was totally shocked by this," but just this week it happened in my circle of friends. Somebody shot himself, and we never saw it coming, not for a second. It's just weird. Okay, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You can't help but look outside and see that solar heat, and you can take advantage of it. You know, we have about 360 days of sunshine in Colorado. If you're staying in your home, long range, this is the best situation for solar. But the way Cam Solar does it, they sell you the system. It doesn't complicate your sale either. It adds value to your home because they don't have to inherit a lease. Cam Solar can do an analysis of your lot to give you a projection of what solar will do for you. It's not a guess. It is a guarantee of performance. They also give a 20-year guarantee on all equipment. It is really a cool system. Cam Solar. And there's no money out of pocket because of the tax rebates and utility company rebates, the tax credits and rebates. What happens is you get low-cost financing and can get the system right away with no money out of pocket, and you start saving immediately. The website they've created for my listeners to fill out information and get a quote. I'm talking about a quote of efficiency of what it will do. Within 20 minutes, they'll be back to you. It's gocamsolar.com. Go. Cam is C-A-M. GoCamSolar.com, then put a / troubleshooter. GoCamSolar.com/troubleshooter.
Said that something, she's saying something like that could put someone over the edge.
Something like what, though? Bonnie not calling her back?
Exactly. She just wants to
This guy,
did that sound very characteristic of Bonnie not calling somebody back?
Not at all.
No, she...
Wow, Tom, sorry to hear about your friend.
He was on the air here for a while, years ago.
Who is it?
Tom Jackson.
Back in town, got a crash that's been clear.
Do you remember that call? I can imagine if some woman called me up telling me they were swingers.
I can hear it too, though. I mean, if they start in with the swingers, I'm sure you kind of went in a direction.
Of course I did.
But I don't think you forget the call.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if it was literally 3 years ago.
She sounded like she was outing you guys, you know, when she started the conversation.
Yeah, but then I asked her, and she's like, Mark, and I'm like,
no, Mike.
Yeah, excuse me, Mike. And my secretary. Hey, secretary, calm down in there. Receptionist. Well, I call them secretaries. It's like flight attendants versus stewardess. I refuse to be politically correct.
For 12 months. Hi, this is Dave Logan. Champion is the only window company that I personally endorse.
Well, these two famous people both around themselves. That lady, the designer, and
a week ago or whatever.
And then that's what what's his face said, the funny guy, Robin Williams, hung himself.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to be here June 14th.
Asphyxia.
I'm not going to be here. That'd be brutal.
No, I don't think they say like. I think asphyxia, whether drowning or whatever, it's probably pretty painless.
Well, women don't like to shoot themselves in the face.
I don't know. Choking to me does not seem like it's going to be painless when you're unless it breaks your neck.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, if you use a gun, you're going to have. I mean, your family's going to look at your brain splattered everywhere.
That's why women very.
Why wouldn't someone just take a whole shitload of painkillers? That's what I would.
Or sleeping pill. That's what
exactly.
That's what Russ Johnson did, and then he got in the car and did the
That surprised me.
You know, when you guys are talking about bravery and suicide,
That
but remember,
that bothers
his mom died, his divorce, and then he got diagnosed with MS.
I know, but he didn't have symptoms though.
Not yet. That's right.
You know, I think with some people committing suicide, I don't think it has anything to do with being brave. I mean, maybe with some people it's...
No, he's talking literally the act, though. Think of how fucking...
You're hurting so bad.
Yeah, but I think you gotta have this one.
You're not even connected like that.
Sorry.
She said, I didn't bring it up, but she said her daughter's tried multiple times. The first thing I always think is, well, then she really didn't want to kill herself. She wants the attention. I can understand one failure, but how do you fail multiple times on committing suicide?
June 14th.
Is it on the calendar?
This out
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Like,
Somebody made
try
an
not to,
appointment, so I'm
because
gonna say
otherwise I'll over.
What do you mean made an
these things.
appointment?
Yeah, You want to get
Okay,
Years ago.
Oh, well, then just tell her you're not down. I can handle it anyhow. It doesn't matter.
because it'll saturate your stuff. So right now,
I'm sorry, you're talking.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
Years ago, Sheriff Bray in Jefferson County did a study, and women who are serious about committing suicide would be made up and dressed to the nines when they kill themselves.
Who?
Women that are going to commit suicide. He collected pictures, Sheriff Bray did, for like 20 or 30 years of suicide victims.
Well, because, wow, that is weird.
and that's why they don't use guns. 'Cause they
Women
don't
will
want to
get
mess
made
up.
up, have their hair done, all their makeup,
Original tires for like a...
I got a friend whose
guys with
dad, when he was in high school, man, grabbed the gun, walked out front to the front yard, sat down next to a big tree in their front yard, blew his head off with all the kids at home, including him.
Somebody like that, yeah.
Very mentally ill, though.
Every day, the mom and
Just
dad
don't
collect
think
every
about
day.
So if they're already mentally ill, the kids have already seen a number of...
Yeah, they don't, I don't think when, like, in that case, I don't think, like, he's thinking, oh, my kids are, I don't even think that's a thought.
Well, when you have mental illness, your thought process is
It's like when I used to be in the foxhole. We didn't think about anything but keeping the head down. I don't know what was worse, the foxholes or the racebacks. The juke shit.
The worst guy is at least got a little snack.
At least I could have, right.
Hey guys, Simply Floors Inc. You want to save money? Simply Floors Inc. To save money. Buddy Mitchell was in the other day, and he has all the selection of all the popular floor coverings, from waterproof carpeting to regular carpeting to cut pile carpeting and all of the hardwoods. All you have to do is go see him at 52nd and Ward or make an appointment on your own. Simply Floors Inc. INC, that's for incorporated. SimplyFloorsInc.com. And you'll routinely save 20, 30, 40%. Sometimes on certain floors it might not be that much, but you'll always get better service, and you'll always get added designer services, and someone that you will love, and they will stand behind that product. Even though it's a smaller company, he still matches the big boys, all of the big boys, and better service. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Okay, so today's card day, and we started out with a somber kind of topic because of the suicides in the news, and we were talking about that, and we don't necessarily want to repeat all of that, but Steve has a comment on that, and then we'll move on to other things. It is card day. What's going on, Steve? Okay, Steve's not there, so let's keep going. Charlie, what's going on with you, Charlie? What's happening? Is his car paid for, the one he has? What car does he have right now? I'm curious. What year? Okay. So anyway, okay. So he wants to buy a car. How much did he inherit? And does he own a home? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, he wants to buy a car. I don't know why, but it's going to end up, unfortunately, this is the kind of person that will always be poor or chasing dollars. But no, I know. So what is? Yeah. If you don't need to, why bother? I mean, listen, people might say, hey, you only live once, you got the money, spend it. But, I mean, how old is Charlie? How old is he? Okay. This lesson should have been done when he was... Well, so it's very difficult. And I'm not throwing stones at you. I'm just saying this inculcation of material items happens at a very much earlier age, this desire.
The problem is he had a mother who was in the same boat. I'm no longer married.
No, I know. And Wilson, kids are inundated with commercial messages on not just what's available, but why you need it. I mean, marketing used to be, this is available and here's how much and here's why you should buy it, how good it is if you need one. Now messages say you do need one. You see, it's changed. We now implant the desire along with the answer to that desire. We used to simply give solutions for your desires. Now marketing creates desire. That's the whole idea. So you're not...
But here's the thing. This person does not have a credit rating because they haven't borrowed anything. And they're thinking of dropping $10,000 down on it, plus paying probably a very high interest rate because they have no credit rating. And it's financially, to me, it's completely insane.
Well, it is. But now let's look at the bright side if there is one. Here's a bright side. He has money to put down. It will help him build credit, probably better than anything other than a home, and it will help him. But I don't see anything like that's going to be life-altering as long as he doesn't overpay because he doesn't feel the pain of the earning. People who don't feel pain of earning usually overpay or spend foolishly. But if he buys a good car at a great price and puts 10 down and makes payments faithfully and keeps the car, then it could be a positive. He'll build credit and he'll have a car. I mean, that's something he can do.
Do people typically put down thousands of dollars on a car to buy it?
It depends, really. I mean, it depends on what your goal is. If people are going to move cars often, they put as little down as possible, and then they finance it, but they buy right, and then they keep trading every 2 or 3 years to keep ahead of the curve. They're still losing a bit every 2 to 3 years, but not as much. So it's really strange, Charlie. It depends on somebody's mission. If they want to buy down the payment and they have cash, then they'll put more money down. I say this. If you're going to buy or lease a car, you either do it fully leveraged or pay it off. To me, you shouldn't do it in between. But, this guy really, he wants to put 10 grand down. It'll make his payments more manageable. But he has to buy a car that he's truly going to keep, because if he's going to get in, you're never get ahead if you don't pay it off. When you finance a car into a new deal, you're always going to be losing tons of money and possibly even be negative. So
well, a lease would probably be less expensive. You wouldn't be able to keep the car as long. But if one leased it and didn't drive it much, you'd make a.
But if you're going to lease a car, don't put money down because it evaporates. It absolutely has no value. The way they write up leases, any money put down, it's called acquisition cost, or it's a reduction of acquisition cost. Anything they put down or trade in is lost in the deal. There's absolutely no benefit when you lease to do that.
But it would be a result in a much.
But he won't
payment.
He won't be able to lease without great credit.
That's a good point. All right.
So listen. I would love to talk to him. If he would ever just entertain speaking with me, it's his desire making him want to buy, nothing more. What kind of car does he want?
Oh, it's just a fancy, sporty.
What is it?
Subaru. I don't even know. I just.
You know,
we had a discussion and an argument. I'm thinking,
well,
what in the world are you doing?
the Subaru's not going to kill him. You know.
No, but
yeah, he's self-employed. Does he pay you room and board?
No.
No. What is he learning from day to day? I mean, when will he be on his own?
I have no idea.
He doesn't have many.
No idea.
He doesn't have many life skills, and you're not the one to want to kick his ass out or say you have this much time.
I can't do that to him. I can't. That I cannot do.
Is he a good kid otherwise?
He's a wonderful human being.
Okay.
He's just,
yeah.
I don't know. He's lacking something.
Will he ever be able to take care of himself fully?
I do not know. I do not know.
All right.
I'm waiting until the day I die, and then we'll find out.
Well, that's a terrible thing to do. It really is. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. BestBasementsDenver.com. That name says it all. So look them up. BestBasementsDenver.com. Jack Lent Construction. He loves doing construction and of all kinds, home improvements. He's concentrating on basements. He does basements that are not just finished basements. What I hate is the afterthought. The drywall, the oak trim, and the extra bathroom. I mean, it's just such a waste of money. If you're going to do a basement, I'm not saying you spend tons of money, but it should be integrated into the design to look like it's part of the home. And it should be done with class and design. And that's what BestBasementsDenver.com is proud of doing. This design, this integration, line-by-line pricing, so you know exactly what things are costing you. He does value engineering, so he can get you great designs and options that don't cost that much because he does them efficiently. You'll sit down with him. It's a complete design build concept through the end, and it is bestbasementsdenver.com. I urge you to give him a call to get a bit of your shopping around, especially. Get a basement that means something if you're going to do it. 720-744-2885. 720-744-2885, or just go to this website, bestbasementsdenver.com.
This. Damn, I missed a good one. I missed the millennial one.
And you wonder why the kid has to buy a free ride. Yeah, he has no bills.
Not paying a dime. My sister turned self-employed, hardly makes any money, never worked. He has a car. He says, oh, when I die, it will trade condition. He said, never done $1,000 my dad. My dad wants to rent 35 years. You want to know why you're arguing with your son? Because you don't charge him or teach him. You let him just skate through life.
And that's all the money he's got is 35 grand.
I can't kick him out. Okay,
Yeah.
if you can't kick him out, the rent is going to be a minimum of $800 to $1,000 a month, plus your part of utilities, plus you got to buy your own groceries, plus you got to buy.
This has been going on too long.
He's never learned
It's too late now.
That's why he wants. That's why he wants to buy another car. Is because his dad gives him a free ride.
And then you could say,
I don't have no bills,
once you move
Dad.
out, this money will be here, and we'll put it toward the house.
Tough love.
Yeah. You know, my son was telling me, so like that. Why don't you just buy a brand new
Charles
car?
Crockham.
I said, why? He said, because you can afford it. I said, just because I can afford it doesn't mean I need to buy it. For instance, my nephew's he's got love the way that thing runs. It runs great. I can throw a fire in the back and shock it out.
No, we tried it together Wednesday. I'd rather buy a car 3 years old than let somebody else take it.
Really fun time breathing all the time.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
All my cars are nice.
I'm telling you, he's
I'll buy real estate with it. Down.
What's he got?
like 170.
I still bought it 3 years old.
Oh, really? Because I thought he has.
He's paralyzed.
I bought new
Charles Crockham.
I live with my little brother.
You recognize him.
And what area of life is he? He just want to get out of it.
He's on Fox News. Well, up until he got really sick, Fox News contributor all the time. He's in a wheelchair, but you never know that because they never showed him.
But you had
Put it under
green.
Pulitzer Prize winning.
Oh, he definitely thinks he's not a
He was a psychiatrist.
He's so right.
That's full.
Really?
And then
What does he all have?
You know, we've got my wife.
Is he just paralyzed? Or?
I don't know why he's paralyzed.
Her name's Kate.
This is the final verdict.
I leased the truck when I was for the same reason.
He graduated Harvard Medical School. Oh, driving accident that left him a quadriplegic.
In 75?
1975.
Was
your life whole, man.
Barbie was 60
For something, a guy like that, was he wasn't a quad though, he was just a pair, right?
Yeah, he'd have to be because he's using his hands.
That was Barbie. BJ, it was fifth time.
You can tell he had breathing issues.
Oh, if he was,
Well, for the most part, I liked him.
I've always liked. He'd tell. No, I don't need mortgage insurance. I do miss O'Reilly. I did like him. Why was he such a fucking hound dog?
Well, he was divorced, so
Yeah, but you can't go up to women and say, hey, if you want your job. No, bullshit. What's he writing a $30 million check for? In any world, would you write a $30 million check if you weren't guilty? In any world. 30 million. 30 million.
Lots of money.
Yeah, that dad is so afraid to have his son.
The story I heard, he just asked about going back up to his hotel. And then if he didn't do it, then
That kid's going to be lost.
That's a no-no. That's not what the $6 million one.
Thank you. The percentage of people involved in the bankruptcy.
So no, he signed all those closures.
that means nothing. Look at Daniels and stuff, they signed this over there too.
Now she's towards the country, strip mart like Shotgun Willie.
I just don't understand what they can be anymore.
It was the best lesson I ever got.
Says buy their vehicles. It's usually a mistake, both financially and as a use of your time, but you don't know where to turn for help. Hey, it's Ross, and if that describes you, please talk to my friends at Alliance Leasing, where they can typically save you about 10%, often equating to $5,000 or more per vehicle, and do all the work acquiring and customizing the vehicle that would normally take you away from running your business. Learn more today at alliance.lease. That's alliance.lease. Alliance Leasing is your key to the perfect fleet.
Are you afraid of shots at the dentist? If so, visit noneedles.com. That's noneedles.com.
Denver's talk stations. Online at khow.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. So Fix-It 24/7 just went to my house. Here's why, okay? I'm noticing around the bottom of the toilet, it's moist and wet, and the tile, the grout is getting darker, and first thing I think, the toilet's leaking. But where? Most likely the wax ring. I didn't realize they give out. But here's the great part. I always advertise this, so I said, you know what? I'm taking advantage of it. I really do. I use the people I advertise with. So they have that $39 get an expert to your home, whether it's an electrician, a plumber, or an HVAC guy for heating or cooling, right? So I say, okay, I want a plumber to my home for $39 to diagnose the problem. And guess what? They go to the house, it's $39, they find the problem, they fix it, they credit the $39, it's done. I love places that give you a well-defined price, and that is $39. You'll never pay more to find a problem. Now, this one might be easy, but even if it took hours, it would be $39. They're licensed, bonded, insured. Then they fix it and apply the $39. Or you can shop around. You don't have to get it fixed. Just pay the $39. It's up to you. And what I love about it is they do the work well, and you will never get more work and better parts and better materials at a better price. It's just value and efficiency. 720-526-3939. Just go to this website. I love it. FixMyHome.com. Okay, Julie's got... Oh, sorry, she hung up. I thought she was on, but she hung up. She had a comment on that bipolar daughter. Okay, guys, time to introduce Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, and Jesse Schillinger with Honest Accurate Auto out of the Springs. And we're talking about cars, problems, and questions, complaints. Today is car day, so we're emphasizing cars, but you can call about anything. Steve, what's on your mind?
Oh, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
We're looking for a newer car, and we've seen these advertised with branded titles. Typically, they've got low mileage, and they're
well. I like that they're honest about it.
$10,000
yeah.
less than.
Yeah. You know what, Steve? People say automatically, never buy a branded title, which usually means salvage title. But what that means is this. The car was totaled by an insurance company because the repairs were 75% or greater than the market value. It doesn't mean the car was irreparable. It doesn't mean that. It just means that the money didn't make sense. But unless they are done to iCar standards and perfectly done, like, for example, the frame damage, the crinkle zones, the unibody, if that's compromised, it has to be done perfectly, and there is a way to do that. Often they don't do it that way. They take shortcuts. Sometimes the total could be as a result of hail damage. It could be another reason. So they're not always terrible.
There's a big issue, though.
But here's what's terrible.
Insurance.
Insurance could be an issue, but if you insure it as a salvage vehicle and you insure the value it is, you can find companies to take it. But Mark's right, it's going to be an issue. Don't automatically assume you're going to get that insured. I would check first. The other part is this. With a branded title, you will virtually have no value selling it because people are so afraid of it. If you're going to keep the car, you know what branded titles are especially good for? Exotic cars and wannabes. Like, you can buy Ferraris dirt cheap that have been wrecked, dirt cheap, and have a Ferrari, and the Ferrari's beautiful, and it could have been repaired beautifully, but you'll never ever get the money out of it, so don't put the money into it. You buy at a reasonable price and expect not to get a lot of money when you sell. You guys have anything to add about branded titles?
I'd just be concerned with flood cars with branded titles.
Yeah,
because even flood cars would be the part I'd stay away from no matter what.
If you could find out why it's branded.
Of course, of course, that would be necessary.
And have it thoroughly checked out like any vehicle.
Right.
There's a dealership in Colorado Springs that actually sells nothing but branded titles. We work on their cars for them.
Yeah.
So when it comes time
to insure them,
all
bad, right?
Right, correct. And when it comes time to insure them, they will actually send them over and have us sign up paperwork that says this is what we see, and then that way they can insure it.
But I think Kevin is really right, Sheridan Autotech, when he says branded could be fine, but not flooded. Why is that? Because there's really nothing to repair. There's just lingering cancer.
And you can have problems a year or two later.
It's cancer.
Yeah, it just starts growing.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can find out why it's branded. If you can't, I wouldn't take a chance because I wouldn't want a flooded vehicle.
And make sure you get a pre-purchase done on it before you buy it.
Yeah.
You made me think of...
That's right. Guys, what do you charge for a pre-purchase at Honest Accurate Auto?
It's $100.
And what do you charge, Kevin, at Sheridan Autotech? Budget A1.
Yeah, we charge $100 also.
All right.
You made me think of Puss. You remember them?
Yeah.
I went down to sell Sus to get them on the referral list, and the owner comes out, that son of a bitch Martino called me Puss for about 10 years.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for that once again.
Yeah. You know, they had some problems in the past. But, Steve, any other specific questions, sir?
No, that was it, just to make sure that they should be able to disclose...
yes, or you can find out by... You can do a VIN search or a Carfax and find out, and then you can make some phone calls and do further investigation. Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, a couple things here. I just want to let you know I have used Blinker before, and it's an awesome little app.
It's a great app, isn't it?
It truly is.
Did you finance with them out of curiosity?
No, I actually purchased a vehicle through there, or sold a vehicle.
Uh-huh.
A nice little Honda, which got a great price on it. But then now they've actually contacted me wanting my testimony about how smooth it went. And It was one of the smoothest transactions I've ever had.
Cool.
It was great. But why I'm calling you today is recently I moved my mother-in-law down from Washington, and she's got this 2001 Honda Civic. It's got 57,000 miles on it. It's in mint condition.
Wow.
Other than a little bit of, paint coming off of a little trim piece and stuff.
All right.
Cloudy headlights and all.
What's the inside like?
It's in immaculate shape. Okay, she's this lady who would drive down a mile down to go to the...
No, 57,000 miles on an 01, that sounds great.
It is. And and it's never had major repairs on it. The engine's still solid, and it hasn't even had its 60,000-mile checkup yet. I'm just curious on what would somebody look at to buy something like that?
Well, the first thing you want to find out is if the timing belt's been done. It's not at 100,000 miles, but that doesn't matter. That belt's still going to be old in there.
It's 18 years old.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that has to be done. That's not a small expense.
No,
Okay,
about
and I know
600 guys?
Closer to 1,000.
Really, on that car, closer to 1,000?
Yeah. I mean, if you do it properly, you're talking water.
But you know,
pump.
that's a hot car as far as desire. You can get more than book for it. You know that.
Put $1,000 in for the timing belt.
You put 1,000 in, and then you sell it with a new timing belt, and those are very desirable cars. People will pay for those cars.
Okay. Yeah, they paid good for my 2013. I got good money on that. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to sell it or not because it's a nice little third car.
It's a great little car.
I don't think I'd do the belt if I was him. I'd just put it up on Blinker and sell it.
Whoa.
No, you might tell the people it needs a timing belt, but I don't know why if he's going to sell it, he'd do it.
No, because if you tell people, yeah, you're right. If you're going to sell it, why would you do it? Except that I'd want to tell someone, although he doesn't even have to tell anybody. It's not like it's a defect, but it would just, yeah, I would tell people. And then whenever there's a cloud like that, it's always way more than the actual price. Just like we used to talk about, you know, when you buy real estate and there's mold. It's not the mold that scares people, or radon. It's not the radon. It's the cost or the fear. But if you told them, we have a radon problem, but it's only going to cost this much to fix, well, then it's different. So you got to have a finite value or a finite solution for people to see value. Tom, what's going on with you? Hello, Tom.
Hey, Tom. How you doing? Thanks.
Good. What's happening?
I just have a quick question. Long story short, we had a hailstorm out in Nebraska last August. I put in a claim, and adjuster came out. The damage was minimal. They wrote me a check for about $5,000. So my question is, because the damage is so minimal, it's all cosmetic, do I have to get this fixed, or can I just sit on this money until the next hailstorm?
All right, well, we'll talk about that coming right up, okay? Because it's a very important topic, very important, all right? If you're looking for stem cell therapy, beware. Most clinics are phony baloney, especially if they use amniotic fluid. You need a clinic that harvests stem cells from you at the time of injection, and they use imagery to deliver it. You also need MDs, okay? It's damn near a surgical procedure. So don't settle for a chiropractor or a nurse. And especially don't settle for fake fluid with no living stem cells. I suggest Centeno Schultz. They've been around for years and years, the first ones to do it. They now also go by a brand name called Regenex. They have Regenex clinics that are associated with them. But Centeno Schultz is the real deal, the original. 303-963-9201. 963-9201. Check them out. Centeno. That's C-E-N-T-E-N-O. CentenoSchultz.com.
Should you still pump the brakes in a slide, or just mash them?
Just gradually, you confuse it if you pump the pedal. Doesn't know what it's doing.
Gradually increase pressure.
Bad news is US 6 in love with pass.
Hard to trust it, but you have to.
What's weird is if you were so used to a car that didn't have them.
That roadway will be shut down for quite some time. You'll have to use an alternate route. Back in town, watch out for crash northbound I-25 approach.
Like when Dan was growing up,
to Broadway.
His first car when he graduated was a Model T.
95. Right now, keep clouds.
69 Camaro SS.
Now, don't disparage it. I had a 27. Inflow here, all the way up for high gear, no pedals reverse.
First car I had was a 65 Bug, and it took 2 feet in a brick and a foot drag, everything to stop. It had no protection.
Mine was an 80 Granada. Ugliest fucking thing ever made.
You need to spruce up
It
your...
was a chick magnet, so I got Suzanne.
My company's
Pulled up in my Granada.
We had those company cars, 80, did you say?
Yeah.
Grenades, you can see them, we call them grenades.
It's just ugly. It's like it didn't even look, it looked like a mini boat. No, it didn't look like an LTD. They tried to do weird smaller. Yeah.
Just on the phone, he'll take a mid-size car. You know, like measurements, he'll get you. We had Kansas Firestone Tire
it was.
See if it's in your budget, or they can adjust it to get into your budget. After that, you visit the showroom, find out what you want, and he'll get you a specific price that will not change.
God, it's uglier than I even remember. What is it? My first car. That's not good.
If you guys ever tried this thing, whatever you do in the kitchen,
Wow, that's actually, look at it. It's got a little thing in the for a hood down.
This is exactly mine, but it was white. It was a two-door evergreen. Oh, yeah. I remember it had, I want to say a C4 transmission. Because I had to find one in a junkyard.
Yeah, I walked down there and come back.
Yeah. My apartment complex towed it because the tranny went out. I pulled the tranny because I didn't realize about cores when I was 18. So I pulled the tranny, and it sat there for 2 days over the weekend. They said it was immobile, so they towed it. I also had a step van because I had this cake business. So on the side of my step van, I put Vector Properties, the owner of Sugarberry Apartments, towed my vehicle, and I hung out right at the front until they fucking agreed to get my car back for me. So then they brought it back. Everybody that walked into rent, I fucking talked to. Every single person. I wouldn't rent here. There's all kinds of shit going down here.
You've been a troublemaker for a long time.
And I would say, I wouldn't necessarily just talk about them towing my car. It depends who walked in.
Sure.
Oh, man, I don't know. They don't like black people here. I wouldn't come here if they were black. As a woman, this could be scary at night. Whatever it took, man.
And I'm selling cakes out front.
By the way, you need any cupcakes?
Here's 10% off cupcakes today.
No, they towed my car back within 48 hours. It took one Saturday, and then Monday they had my car back.
You put tranny in yourself?
What do you think about this?
Me and my buddy of mine,
How'd you get it up?
he jacked it up on those fucking cheap jacks, man. It wasn't up high.
That's the way we all started out, on our back.
Yeah, I know on the back, but
I couldn't
you
afford
gotta
to go to a
get
shop.
you gotta get the truck in, then you gotta get something to roll the
Not that big a
tranny in.
transmission.
Oh, okay.
I remember when I was 16, 17 maybe, I was working with that boss.
That's for, those are for
Underneath the Ford Aero, started taking the transmission on both and everything. He's like, okay, well, what's next? Take this, okay, take that. Okay, what's next? He says, just get a pry bar and pop it and it'll start to slide out.
Oh! Wow!
Right.
There's the whole thing, man.
But how
Are
heavy
you
is
doing
that?
pizza? Remember, we are maybe too late.
But I mean, is it 200 pounds?
No, there's no way that
Are we too late for pizza?
I mean, I'm so strong, it's hard for me to tell the difference between 500 and 200.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
I'm sure you can tell you how much that transmission weighs.
How much does a C4 transmission weigh?
Probably about 80 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You could bench press
Now, with the torque converter in it,
I held it with one hand while my buddy bolted it in.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Art of Granite for saving money. Art of Granite. Just remember that. Get your price on the phone. Art of Granite. If you're doing a granite project or cabinets for the kitchen, they're a direct stone importer. And what you're really going to love is that they are literally direct stone importers, and they sell it wholesale to you. They only charge for fabrication and installation. Also, they do the tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. So call for your price on the phone. They can do it on the phone. It'll be within $100 or so, depending on what you pick at the showroom. 303-386-5919. Okay? 303-386-5919. Now, if you have a problem remembering that, just go to artofgranite.net. Okay, so you have an insurance check. How much is it for? $8,000, did you say, or $5,000?
I think it was $6,000
or
minus my deductible, so I got a check for $5,000.
Okay, $5,000, and it's for. Do they call it cosmetic damage, site allowance?
To be honest, I don't know. But
all right, Tom.
it was mostly for the valleys and the gutters being.
There's a few things I would do. Okay, few things, and be very careful. Insurance companies that write checks right away sometimes do it because they want you to accept it and move on. And sometimes they say it's just cosmetic and it's not. So you got to verify it. And the way I would verify it was with a public adjuster. And it costs no money to have him come out and look at it. And he will not take any penny, not a penny from that $5,000. But if it turns out that you have other damages and he recovers money, he'll take a percentage of it. But I'm going to tell you, it's worth it, because a roofer might make up a story and say you have damage. You know, not an ethical one, they might. Whereas a public adjuster will just see if you truly have damage, and he has to prove it in order for you to get a check. And it all costs you zero unless he gets you more money. That's the first thing. Now let's say it's just cosmetic damage. By the terms of your mortgage, you're supposed to make all repairs. It doesn't matter if you think it's needed or not. So I just want to tell you that you'll be violating the terms of your mortgage if you have one. And now...
They could call it due, but they generally never do.
No, but you could be violating the terms of your mortgage. The next thing, when you keep a check, it goes, or not, it's in a database. The next claim you have, it will be subtracted. Any roof claim you have, it'll be subtracted. Right. So the next time around, you will get $5,000 less your deductible, and another $5,000 off the job. Just keep that in mind. If you can live with that, first verify it's truly cosmetic only. Second, make peace with yourself that you're going to violate the terms of your mortgage. And third, keep the money, but remember, you will have to, someday, if you have another roof claim, you're going to make up that $5,000. And it might be at a time you don't have it. So with those things in mind, you do what you want.
Okay. So I've had two roofers look at it before I even put in the claim.
And?
It was the original roofer that kind of got me into this bind. He came out and said, no damage, don't worry about it. 6 months later, came back and said, there's a lot of damage that took 15 years off your roof. So I called a second roofer to come out, and he said, no damage, don't worry about it. So now I have this tiebreaker that I need. So
well, I would call a public adjuster.
Okay.
He can look at everything, too, not just the roof.
I know. You know, see, people think adjusters are there to help them. They're there to help the insurance company. They have nothing to do with the consumer. I know people don't want to hear that, and if you were in the business, please spare me the BS that, no, we're there to help everyone. You're not, okay? Because if an adjuster adjusts too much too often, he's gone. So the whole idea, and guess what? An adjuster never adjusts up, okay? They always adjust down. So the point is, if you want the truth, hire a public adjuster. It costs you nothing. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. It's Car Day. Stick around.
If you plan on buying or selling a home,
Yep, they made them in 1s and 5s, yellow seals. They're pretty cool. That's cool. It's funny. The
quarter inch.
The Cavaliers.
They have one more chance.
God, can you imagine if they sweep?
Aren't you sick of watching them two teams every year in the finals, though?
I watched
4 years straight. It's like...
He's got a, what's his face? He's got a bad eye, man. It's all bloodshot.
I don't understand.
They already have some problems. They don't need to lose him.
His fucking eye, if you look at it, it is fucking...
This is last year there.
Oh, where's he going?
Where could go to LA.
The Rockets have talked about signing them, Houston, because they're so close to going over the edge.
Yeah, look, it's so dark you can't even
Something on the other side about Puerto Rico.
What cost it? He'd probably be using a mask.
Currency, electrical currency.
So that's why
Golden State sure does look good, man. I tell you what. Even this last game in Cleveland, I was watching, and you thought, oh man, Cleveland's going to take this, and then KD just came out and started playing on
He's unbelievable, actually. When he makes, 4 feet behind that 3-point fucking basket.
Just like throws up like that.
I know.
You tell me that Golden State wasn't smart to run. They picked his butt up when he was in that
Puerto Rico Reds.
The best one, though, the guy that was really fun to watch back in the day was the,
you would think it would refer
who was the other guy?
Dr. J?
Was that Air Jordan? Sky Jordan or
Air
whatever?
Jordan? It was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
There you go.
He'd just keep him back like this.
Sky Hook.
The Hook Man?
Sky
That was
Hook.
called. That was called Sky Hook. It wasn't really much, well, I guess it was more like a One had shot way up there.
Yeah, but he could keep them away.
Well, not only that, it was probably
Yeah, but he
15 feet up there.
couldn't play that game today.
No. Too many steps.
Well, too much has changed.
Because everybody
Too much athletic.
Even the penalties back in the day compared to now, they just let things go.
No.
I always thought they should be a little more like hockey, some elbows and shit.
If they're,
Well, there's elbows.
They're
There's
getting there.
elbows.
Jesse, if they're approaching the basket to make a shot, are they allowing more travel, more steps?
There's no such
Travel.
thing as
They don't
traveling
call
anymore.
travel anymore.
You watch Michael Jordan.
LeBron takes 4 steps on every play.
It's crazy.
Because once you establish a pivot foot, you shouldn't be allowed to move it. When he jab steps both ways, that's how you get around people. Because you used to be able to defend one side.
Yeah.
Because he can't move this foot, so he's got to go that way. Well, yeah, but he's LeBron.
They don't call them little
hop
itty
step.
bitty fouls anymore like traveling. They never call that.
And I know, and I remember in high school, God, they were on our ass all the time about it.
Well, it just depends on who you are. If you're a nobody and
That's
you
right.
do what LeBron does, they'll call you.
No, that's true. That's true.
Well, have you seen some of the blooper videos of guys that they haven't called walking? Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's changed. That's
My favorite teams, the ones that do all those fancy tricks and shit.
The Harlem
Harlem
Globetrotters.
Globetrotters, man.
I remember watching them when I was a little kid one time. Was it Meadowlark Lemon?
Yep. My dad brought me and they were all there.
Right.
Wasn't there a guy named Curly?
Right.
Yeah.
Curly, Meadowlark Lemon. Yeah.
Do they still do this stuff?
Yes, they do.
And he also played on Three Stooges.
On the
Same guy.
The Globetrotters and then the Wizards.
And Mo.
The Wizards were a copycat team.
They were the ones that always got beat. Yeah. Washington Generals.
No, yeah.
The Generals.
But the Harlem Wizards were copycats. They went around all horns.
Oh, they did the same shtick?
I've always wondered when I was little, how come these guys are not pros? The little tricks they can do, I don't even look, and they just go
Because
out
when
there.
someone points up here, LeBron doesn't look up there.
That's why. I once asked that, and they said they would get their asses kicked by the NBA.
Oh my God.
That shit would never work.
You can't bounce it
Oh,
under
right,
their legs
right.
while pointing to the
Can't throw a ball underneath the ref's shirt. Or the
You can't pull out a handkerchief for an hour.
And the circle weave, they have that same.
Right.
That's classic. It would be funny to see a real game like that.
But they could make some heck of shots. Like I've seen them doing like half court, like that.
Right.
And
And
swish it. Yeah, I know.
No, that's all Photoshop. That didn't really happen.
Yeah, right.
Your freaking amazing. Home Solutions used to be KH Windows, and they were the first replacement window company on my.
You know what you don't see anymore either? In the 90s, occasionally that backboard would break, the glass would shatter. During a real game, I haven't seen a backboard break in
I
forever.
think they're making them better.
Yeah.
Efficiency. Windows, and you won't find a better company when it comes to ethics, to skill.
Have you ever been down in the Pepsi Center where they have the owners area, and then right next to it is that VIP area?
I know that.
Oh my God, man! They have the full-blown buffet going, open bar, everything down there. Pepsi Center under.
Oh, yeah.
For the hockey, you're right up on the glass.
Oh no, not for hockey. Where was I? Well, of course, you can make the
It's crazy.
KHWindows.com.
Comcast gave me some tickets to it. I didn't know they had that shit down there. I had no idea it existed. It's like this underground place in the Pepsi Center that has, first of all, for hockey, you're on the glass. Your seat's literally on the glass. But it's an open bar, actually 2 open bars, everything. And then it's got a buffet going, which is usually like prime rib and everything else.
Wow.
Then there's a bunch of snacks that you just load up when you go out to your seat.
What did she say?
I mean,
about
it's
pizza?
everything.
Wow. So this is not a clubhouse for the players?
No, but right next door is the owner's box. It's not a box. It's like the owner's area where his guests go.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the game's over, all the players literally come by and shake your hand because they're leaving the ice, and they have no choice but to. You feel like you're at the zoo as they're walking by, like you're watching the fucking giraffes go by. I feel bad for them. You can just tell they're going on. Jeez, man, every fucking game I gotta shake hands with 800 people. But no, I've been there a million times. I had no idea that existed under there.
Has anybody watched a rugby game? That's just the first year of the professional rugby.
It's not first year.
I think so.
Where do they play? It's in Glendale.
Glendale.
No, fuck it. Man, they've been around.
Oh, really?
Fuck yeah. That's a beautiful stadium.
Have you been there?
I have not, but one of my old customers, his kid played for him, and this was 5 years ago. That's how I know it's been around.
Wow. What's the name of them?
I know. He said I'd like it, though. He says it's a cool sport.
Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hello, Tom Martino here. It's Car Day at the Troubleshooter Show. Now, that doesn't mean we have to talk about just cars, but we will take car problems as well because it is an emphasis. We call it Car Day. And we also will take all of your problems, questions, and complaints. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House, which is an addiction treatment center. Unfortunately, this is a big problem all over. And we deal with all kinds of problems. If you have one, give us a call. If you just want to get something off your chest, give us a call. We'll get to all of your calls quickly. We have our guest today, Budget A1 Transmission, Auto Repair, Sheridan Auto Tech, and Honest Accurate Auto out of the Springs. And as I said, the Raleigh House. Now, the Raleigh House has an informational line that we are making public because people have mostly questions when it comes to addiction. They're not ready to sign up anywhere. They have a friend or a neighbor or someone in their circle. They find out they're addicted. Well, how'd they get that way? What do they look for? How do they know if it's getting worse? Is it life-threatening? How should they approach an addict? What does treatment cost? What kinds of treatment? Is it medical? Is it psychological? How long does it take? And what's available out there? Are there any free programs? The Raleigh House will answer each and every question. There's never a question they can't answer or find an answer to. All you have to do is call, okay? This special line is 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559, sponsored by the Raleigh House. So, we have Cynthia who's been waiting a while. Cynthia?
Hello, how are you?
Hi. You have a problem with AT&T. What's going on?
I've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and just shifted.
Okay.
I had got DirecTV.
Yes.
And they were here. 2 technicians were here for about an hour because they had to wire the house and everything, up on the crawl space. And within 15 minutes before they were leaving, a guy's in my living room. He never knocked. He was just in my... I looked up when the guy was showing me how to program the TV and stuff with the remote control. This guy's in my living room.
Now, hold on. Is this part of the crew?
He wasn't with the original 2 people. No, he's not part of the crew.
Wait, so these 2 people that were fixing it, did they leave? Or
No.
installing it? They were still there?
They were still there.
And a 3rd guy shows up?
Yes.
And what did he do?
He was standing in the door. I said, well, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
And he says, I'm with AT&T. I'm like, and? You don't walk in someone's house. Well, the other guy let me in.
Uh-huh.
Then the one guy from Direct, he says, well, he's a good guy. Well, how do you know? You know, I don't know that they all in cahoots together.
So what did this guy want to do?
He wanted to sell, he told me that because I had DirecTV,
right,
that I was getting I can have a free cell phone.
Well, did you buy the package?
The package for the cell phone or package for the DirecTV?
The DirecTV, did it come bundled with a cell phone?
No, I didn't. I didn't ask. I already had. See, I got a I already had internet, which was only $9.95 because it's for the senior discount.
And the $9.95 is from where do you get your internet?
Xfinity.
And then why did you want DirecTV?
Because my boyfriend wanted to watch the games. And,
okay, so you were, because broadband gets you just about everything. Okay, so you have Xfinity broadband and you have DirecTV, and so if it comes with a free cell phone, why not take it?
Well, that's the problem. When he gave me he came with the cell phone. First of all, I had to fuss him out from walking in my house. And then he told me that the other technician let him in. Well, I don't care about that. You still knock on my door.
Right.
And then after I found out who he was, he showed me his badge and everything. He said, well, you qualify for a free phone because you have DirecTV.
Okay.
I said, so it's really free? He says, yes. I said, free. He said, you'll get all kinds of credits and you would not have to pay anything for the cell phone bill. He asked me who did I have already. I told him that I had Metro PCS, which my bill was only $36 with 4 gigs. He tells me, well, I can give you a better deal. on the monthly program, unlimited everything on the cell phone at only $40 to $50 a month. That's including tax. I said, okay, I can swing that much because I do live on a fixed income.
Wait, I thought it was free though.
The phone's free.
Oh, the phone's free. Okay.
The bill.
And he said the service would be 40 or 50.
Yes.
Unlimited.
Yes.
Okay.
I get an email telling me that my bill was $129 and that I owe $950 for the damn phone.
Oh my God.
So what's the problem?
So the problem is
we're just kidding, Cynthia. We're just kidding.
Oh.
So listen, Cynthia, hold on a sec. Seriously, did you cancel your old phone?
Wait, let me tell you about that.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm going to keep this phone just in case I don't like this. He said, no, you have to surrender that phone. I said, surrender my phone. He said, because when I switch over the number to AT&T, it's going to wipe out. I'm going to wipe out all your data on this phone. I said, well, that's okay. I still can just use the phone, keep the phone. He said, no, you have to surrender it. I get an email 2 days later, mind you, 2 days later, telling me AT&T will buy my phone for $250.
Nan, we got a problem here. How can you prove any of this, that he said the phone was free?
My daughter, she came in.
Did you get anything in writing? Cynthia, did you get anything in writing?
I have the sales contract, but no. He
Does the sales contract say it's $900?
No, it doesn't.
So when did this happen to you?
On the 30th.
When did you complain? And what did they say? What did they say?
First of all, they kept passing the buck from AT&T to Direct. I said, no, this is AT&T.
It is. It's only AT&T. So what are they going to do? Anything?
Well, they told me that somebody would call, the supervisor would call me within 72 hours or come to the house.
Do we have anyone at AT&T, Suzanne, behind the scenes that we work with?
If we don't, Tom, we can get someone,
yeah,
I'm
but,
sure.
And maybe we give this to someone. I mean, listen, Cynthia, we hear you loud and clear. These bundles, whether they come from CenturyLink or DirecTV or Xfinity, they're all crap. I mean, we have found so many bait and switches. They're just crap.
And my thing is, how did he even know that DirecTV was here? He waited almost like 15 minutes to the dot before they was leaving.
Well, they probably sent out the service call. I mean, I'm not so worried about
How long's it been? I believe they have a 30-day guarantee. Like, if it's
the 30th is when they did it, when they came out.
So you have a while. You're talking about May 30th. I think you can cancel within 30 days.
And see, the thing about it is I wanted to cancel, but I don't have another phone. I can't afford to go buy another phone.
Well, they have to give.
phone.
They'd have to give you a phone back.
They're never going to find that phone.
Yeah,
though.
but they should if they have a 30.
Of course they should.
I asked for the phone the next day. The next day, I said I don't agree with this one. I said something's bad about this, and sure enough, it was. And I called. I said, young man, I called him 12 times. 12 times I've called.
Listen, I find it so odd they showed up at her house with a phone. That's the part that's mind-blowing.
Do you have this guy's phone number?
I do.
And you have his name?
I have his name. His name is Richard Reed.
Let's call this character.
Hey, Clint, you want to call him?
I think she did get bamboozled.
No, I think you did, Cynthia. You know, we hear this a lot. Cynthia, you mentioned something about senior. How old are you?
56.
So you sound like you're 30 and full of, like vim and...
That's not technically a senior. She's not a...
24, but I'm 56.
That's not a senior, though.
No, did you say 56 or 66?
56.
You're not a senior at 56.
I am, too.
Well, what the hell's that? Hey, what?
50.
Now who's doing the bamboozling?
No, I think technically a senior is 55 and older, I think.
55 and older?
Yeah.
According to who? AARP?
No, I think. Hey, so, Cynthia, hold on. Let's get your information, all right? Don't hang up. Hang on, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, Mark, how many times do we hear about these bundled services going bad?
The worst one I remember they sold a bundled service to a blind man. He literally couldn't even watch TV.
I know it. Lee, what do you want to know about brake pads?
Well, first I want to say senior citizens are not 55 and older. It starts at 75.
Oh, who told you that?
I don't know. That's just the way I feel.
Okay, good. Good. I feel the same way.
I've got a question about brake pad warranties. You can probably answer this real fast. I just don't happen to know. I bought a pair of brake pads and installed them myself, and they had a 2-year warranty against materials and workmanship or something like that, and they wore out in 18 months. and I'm just wondering if the shop I bought them from, or the store I bought them from, says they're not going to take them back because they're a part that's designed to wear out. I'm just wondering if they should, or am I in the wrong?
Yeah, guys, what about, does
the
anyone...
manufacturer, if he sends them back to whoever, if it's a 2-year, right, guys?
Yeah, but does
Well, I mean, unless it's a manufacturer's defect.
Guys, how can they say 2 years? I mean, when it comes to brake pads, how can they say
Most of that refers to defects. For instance, if the pad is not bonded to the plate correctly, or the rivets break.
It doesn't mean they're not going to wear out. No one warranted.
There might be pads with a 2-year wear
warranty. How could
there's places that sell, lifetime brake jobs. I agree it's all rip-off
these
crap.
These guys are saying there are no wear warranties. You can't have
You don't think so?
On a brake?
The only way we would do a wear warranty if it was abnormally quick.
I mean,
something like that.
Lee, I don't think you have a chance. I mean,
what does the actual warranty say, Lee?
Hold on, and we'll come back to the warranty, okay? I just don't think so. I hope you never need Wink and Wink. They're fine bankruptcy attorneys. They're to help you in troubled times. But as I said, I truly hope you never need them. Mike and Gigi Wink are good people. Chapter 13's Chapter 7. Sometimes people have extraordinary medical expenses, a divorce, a death in the family, and these guys will help you. winkandwink.com for a fresh start. 303-410-1720.
How do they do it?
Well, they do it just not on labor, though.
Because
just on pads.
You come back and then they sell you fucking calipers and
right.
everything.
Yep. It's not on labor.
It's bullshit.
Oh, it's not just on the part.
Right.
Even the auto parts stores that do lifetime on the pads, it's because they're so damn hard that they take everything else out. So if you do your own work at home and say,
that's what I'm saying.
Advanced Auto has a lifetime warranty on pads. Anytime they wear out, bring them back. Every time you bring them back, you need another set of rotors. You need a caliper because you need. So now you're back with those pads. Hey, these have lifetime. Hey, here's your new pads, and my rotors are shaking like crazy. Great, we'll sell you those for 19, whatever. So that's where they make their money. The pads is just to get you back in the door. Just like a lost leader, right? For us, oil changes, right? We don't do oil changes because we love them. We do them so we can look over the car, make sure your brakes are okay. Hey, your strut's leaking. Maybe we should take care of that while you're here. It's the same thing with them brake pads. A wear item that has a lifetime warranty. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, people.
What is it?
All this phone thing.
Did you get a hold of that Reed guy?
No, we're still getting.
Okay.
Is Cynthia the one that just called in?
Yeah.
Let's speed it up, Clint. Dan, go out there.
Yeah, that is bizarre. She gets her TV upgraded.
Literally.
And then the salesman's out there with a cell phone. That is weird. The first thing I thought when you said something is that call where the husband got in this big wreck and he's in the hospital in a coma, and then the lady's like, and the worst part of the whole thing was the cost of that tow bill.
My husband's in the ER right now.
Coma.
He's in whatever.
Yeah.
In a coma, blah, blah, blah. But, man, the worst part is this tow truck screwed me over.
The cost of the tow.
No, I bet you DirecTV has a setup where they get the installers out there. They call about.
Here's the part that makes no sense. How do they know if they want an Apple or an Android or a Samsung or whatever? Who shows up with a free fucking phone?
So, for instance, like on the brake pads. So let's say the calipers are sticking, pads wear out quick. That's what they're going to say. There's no warranty on those brake pads. Or let's say, well, if the rear brakes are not working and the front brakes are doing all the braking, that's why they wore out so quick. Or you're riding the brakes.
They'll give you the pads.
On and on.
They'll give you the pads all day long. They don't care. We have customers that buy them from like Advanced Autos and keep bringing them in and wanting us to do
What
it.
I'm saying is you don't have to buy a set of rotors to get a free set of pads.
No, they'll just give you another set of pads.
That's crazy. Someone say it, send that?
Yeah, they said the video's all fucked up today.
What is online?
I get it. And it's,
do your speed test. See where you're looking at.
No, I'm not. That's that one there, but I'm not getting that.
Online at How's Rolly, guys? Been thinking about him.
He's all right, I guess. Right.
Haven't seen him in a while.
He's been.
I don't think it's that busy.
You mean that Rolly is busy? We have to shop?
Limited lifetime.
Cabinets are all wood boxes with hardwood fronts and no particle board, but these have soft close drawers and doors too.
Read the fine print, right?
Prices and all the most popular cabinet colors.
I love it. Every time I hear it, I love it. Although, no, the lifetime.
Hey, we had one where
Although I did
company does brake job, uses apparently ceramic pads. Start squealing on it. They come back and say, okay, well, if you want the squeal to go away, we can just put on some organic pads instead.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Well, that was my whole point. You can buy cheap ceramics that still make a shitload of noise, right?
Was it an SUV or a truck or something?
Here's what we do on our
Because I never put ceramics on a heavier vehicle.
They just start
The
making
OE
noise.
is metallic.
Oh, semi-metallic.
You know, here's what we do with all of our brake pads. We got a little belt sander. You put a little bevel on the front side of the pad, the rear side of the pad, on all of them.
That does it.
Yeah, but a lot of them too come pre-camfered. You know, the edges and everything are camfered already.
And there's plenty of other BG sells product that you can put on there to quiet them down.
And the trick is to get a quality pad. If you're going to buy a $10, $12 pad, it's going to squeak. You know?
Because of our warranty, 3 years, 36, we make
Just
sure
cheap
that
material.
They
It's
get
just
hot.
they can't absorb the heat and everything properly.
The cheaper the product, the more noise you get out of it.
Now, that's not necessarily true. If you use cardboard, you wouldn't hear them.
You're right, but
there'd be no noise. Braking would be a little
See, the only
difficult.
way we do brakes is an OE style pad and rubber. I'm not going
What
to
are
put
they
it
made of nowadays? Well, they got these new brake pads that are made out of oak.
Semi-metallic, ceramics,
They're still semi-metallic.
What is organic? What is that?
A bunch of lettuce.
They used to put organics on old imports,
Carrots.
like Mercedes.
Total exteriors.
Also interiors, but during the summertime they're doing mostly outdoors. So if you want an outdoor project done, GenesisTotalExteriors.com, and then they move into the indoors. By the way, if you have an indoor project, get on the schedule. You know, they do siding, windows, gutters, painting, fences, decks, kitchens, baths, basements, large and small additions. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Okay, so this Suzanne.
Hey, Tom, I talked to the AT&T sales guy for the cell phone for Cynthia.
You did. You called him directly.
I spoke with him.
What did he
was
say?
really nice.
Let's bring up Cynthia. Yeah.
Oh, he said a couple of things. He said, look, he said she might be misunderstanding her bill. The free phone was going to come in credits, and he does not think she's got a bill for $950. That being said, if she wants, she can transfer her phone number back to Metro PCS. They'll give her a free phone, and he'll come pick up the AT&T phone and make sure the bill is zeroed out for us.
Cynthia, that's great news, Suzanne.
Is he gonna pay for the reactivation fee too?
You know what? That's a good question. I'll find out if there's going to be anything.
I don't think there will be
pay.
one. I don't know if there will be one.
You're saying Metro charges?
But listen,
Metro.
Cynthia, even if Metro charges you a reactivation fee, seriously.
It's worth it.
Right now it is, and then we can worry about that after. But let's get your phone situation done
Let us know if there's any more issues.
Yeah, so let's do that. 303-713-TALK.
Email question for the guys. This guy's got an 08 Subaru Legacy. He wants to know if he buys an aftermarket wheel bearing, it's more than half the price less than the actual Subaru part that's $100. Should he get the aftermarket or the original?
Get the original.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Unless you want
no
half
doubt.
the amount of time out of that bearing. That's probably
those
aftermarket. Isn't that much different?
Those aftermarket sealed hub bearings are horrible.
Wow.
They are horrible.
And these guys,
they do not last. There are some of them directly out of the box that make noises right after we install them.
Ah, that's sick. Amos, you have a 16 Ford Fusion. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
Good, man. What's happening?
Nothing much. I purchased the vehicle from Rocky's Auto about 3 months ago, and I also purchased their 2-year, 24,000-mile United car care warranty.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I think that is self-funded and that United administers it, which means Rocky's funds it, and then United does the claim processing, I think. So what's going on?
Okay, well, I noticed that the car, probably about a month into having the car, it started to slip bump from second to third gear, and then now it's actually getting a little worse to where it's doing it on the downshift from second to first gear. When I called the warranty company, they referred me to the shop that they have me take it to, because I guess they only deal with one shop.
Well, whatever the conditions are of the warranty, especially if it's self-funded.
Yeah, I understand that part.
Okay, so what's going on?
I just wanted to see if the guys knew anything about that transmission doing that. It has
well, what did the shop tell you from Rocky's?
They told me to bring it in, that they would do the diagnosis on it, and that if it wasn't covered under warranty, I would still have to pay $110 for the diagnosis.
Is that what the warranty says?
It doesn't. I didn't read that far into it to where the diagnosis was, but my deposit would be $100, and the warranty actually says it covers almost everything in the transmission.
Okay, but when you say your deposit, what does that mean? Is there a deductible on that warranty?
Yes, sorry, deductible. It's $100 deductible.
Okay, and so you pay $100 deductible, and then they determine, you pay $100. You don't pay anything unless they find a problem, right? And then if they find a problem, you pay the first $100. If they don't find a problem that's under warranty, you have to pay $150.
That's pretty normal.
$110.
That's normal.
Yeah.
That's really normal, man. I mean, nothing's free, and it could be that it's out of warranty. But here's what you really want to do. And I've never seen Rockies try to cheap out and say it's not under warranty if it is. But
can he bring that anywhere with that warranty, or does he have to go to a certain place?
If it's self-funded, you have to go where they tell you. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Amos. And by the way, self-funded warranties are not uncommon. It's where the dealer says, look, we're going to play the odds. We're going to accept money for the premium, and then we're going to have a company like United do the claim processing. So they take care of all the paperwork. And then if you have to go to a shop, they have a designated shop that does work for Rockies at a reduced rate. So what they're hoping is that they make more premium than they do in repairs. I mean, they're being their own warranty company.
Well, and because they check out their cars so well when they buy them, they probably are ahead of the game.
They have a vested interest in checking out the cars because they are warranting them. But hold on a sec, though. Even with that said, no one's perfect. So if this guy says it is not under warranty, please, what you should do is ask if you can have a second opinion before they put it back together. That's what I would do.
Okay.
And then have somebody like, well, Norris does it for the show, but right, he'll do that. He'll go take a look at SOS inspections. All right, so, or somebody else. But Amos, just ask if you can do that. They don't have to let people in their shop, but they would. But I don't think you're going to have a problem. Just call us and let us know. 303-713-8255. I'm trying to take people who have been waiting the longest. And Kay. Okay. Hi, Kay. What's going on, Kay?
Oh, yes. Hi.
What's happening?
What happening is I give this person $15,000 cash. One time $4,800.
Well,
$10,000.
When did you pay this money, Kay?
Okay, the date is the
roughly. When?
April 10th.
In April. You paid a total of $15,000 for what? What was the contractor going to do for you?
Oh, yeah, three things.
Yeah, what?
Exactly, it's what I requested.
What was he going to do for you?
For the deposit of he asking me for the remodeling house. I purchased a house end of March, right?
Okay.
As soon as
so he's going to remodel the house for 15.
Yeah.
Do you have a contract?
Yeah. No, not the 15. It was total of 25,000.
Okay,
so
15 down. Gotcha. 25,000 total. What I need to know is, why are you calling? Is there a problem?
Yes.
What's the problem, dear?
Because problem is I gave him all money. He got all money. He says that if I don't pay him whole balance, he's not going to working, and the house has never been done anything.
So, Kay, are you telling me he hasn't done a thing?
Yes.
Nothing.
Nothing but the damage the house, because the thing is the $4,800 I gave him. He tore down the house, carpet.
Demo.
Well, wait. Are you tearing down the whole house?
Oh, actually, I purchased this house, and then I want to be. This house been renting, right? So a painting has to be done.
I know, Kay, but what did he do so far? Just tell me that. What did this contract? Nothing.
It sounded like she was saying he demoed it, though.
3 days, okay, for portion of $4,800.
Okay, let me ask this again. He did nothing. He never stepped foot on the property. He did nothing.
No, he didn't come in.
What did he do?
First 3 days, he did paint part of the painting job.
He did some of the painting?
Yes.
Okay. So
can't.
But he wants to be paid more money, and he hasn't done a lot, is what you're saying. Is that?
It's not that. It's not that.
Where is she?
I need to know the problem. What's the problem today?
Okay. Problem is two. I have a house here, and I purchased that house on the end of March, right?
Right.
And as soon as I purchase, I need to remodel it.
You need to remodel it, I know, and you paid the guy 15 grand.
Right.
What's the problem?
So I hired him, right?
Yes.
I hired him.
You hired him.
I was expecting the new painting job, wood floor, flooring job, and then finish basement. So that's the portion I gave it to him money, $15,000 cash.
I get it. And now he wants more money.
No, nothing been done, and he asking me give me the money.
That's what I just said, Kay. Don't say no. I just said that. He wants more money. Is that right?
Without balance paying, he don't want to do any. He don't do anything.
He hasn't done anything. He only did a little work, and he wants all of the money. Is that right?
Yeah, balance. Without total balance, he don't want to.
He wants the total balance, or he won't work for you. Okay, I hear.
Don't give it to him.
Don't give it to him. And there's something terribly wrong. What's the name of the contractor?
Another thing is he using our people, because my language is I'm not American, okay? I'm Korean and Japanese.
He's okay.
Right?
What's the name of his company?
Sung, S-U-N-G.
S-U-N-D?
G.
Sung.
No, S-U-N-G. N like Nancy, and G like
Right. I don't
Okay.
know. Just hold on. You know, this is just way too difficult on the radio. Clint, can you talk to her, please? And just try.
Oh, that should be interesting. Can you record it for us?
Just call this.
Good at that.
Call this contractor, please. Call this contractor.
I wonder if she's around where we could check it out.
Yeah, but we're going to help you. Mike, who is a senior citizen in your opinion? I guess you're calling because we had that discussion. Does it start at 55? Does it start at 60, 65? What do you think?
Yeah, it was about 2 or 3 years ago. I was about 54 or 55, and it's happened more recently. But I was short on change for coffee at McDonald's and Burger King, and both the cashiers suggested I ordered the senior discount coffee.
And did they say how old you had to be?
Well, no, they didn't. But the woman at Burger King, I said, I can do that? And she goes, yeah, sure.
Okay, well, it depends. I go to the movies, and at 62 or older, you get a discount.
A lot of senior citizens steal batteries and shoplift a lot.
What?
I don't know. They feel entitled.
Where did the battery part come in? Where did that even come from?
I don't know.
They steal batteries. That just came out of nowhere. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Rising home values can help you. Why?
Well, Tom, there's a number of ways you can put your equity to work. You know, we've had a lot of people who have gone out and thought, now's the time to move up. Maybe I'm going to buy something bigger, something different. And they end up deciding, I'm going to stay and I'm going to refinance and remodel my current home. So the home that you're standing in can provide you the money you need to do the remodeling project you've been looking to do. On the other side of things, if you've got credit card debt and the average homeowner's got $20,000, we can help you eliminate it while paying your house off more quickly and building your savings. And the other people that are benefiting, anybody with mortgage insurance. If you didn't have 20% down when you bought your house, now's your chance to get out of it and get into a lower monthly mortgage payment by eliminating your mortgage insurance.
And that is the biggest savings. You can say like $200, $300, $400 on that. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. You ought to look into refinancing. Even if the rate hasn't gone down that much, as he said, you can sometimes eliminate private mortgage insurance. There are other reasons as well, and you can simply give them a call, and they design programs best for you. 303-867-7000. That's 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. While we're on the topic of financing and real estate, I always direct people to Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Just because we have never had a complaint, only praises for Frank, whether you're listing your home to sell, where he'll get it cleaned, staged, monitor it, he's very proactive, and sell it for more money and quicker than the current hot market, Or if you're looking to buy, he'll find you something and he'll negotiate that deal from beginning to end. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Years, 9 years. Yeah, my ex house, I was at for 20 years. Yeah.
Hello, Jerry. Hello, Leo. Remember, you got mad because you didn't say hello.
Batteries.
Hey, I'm trying to teach my uncle a lesson.
That's what they do in the book. What does the book? In the book, says you're
all senior citizens.
Yeah, it's sports.
Were you able to get a hold of the contract?
Is that a book you're reading or something? Oh, Seinfeld?
S-U-N-G or S-O-N-G.
He sees his uncle's
phone number.
Sure. Uncle Leo explains that all senior citizens shoplift. It's expected of them.
They come through the door.
Especially batteries.
Until I talk to him, the answer machines, I can understand them.
Tom was looking at me like,
hey, do you remember that steel batteries?
The Seinfeld episode.
Oh,
Uncle Leo was explaining to Jerry that all senior citizens shoplift. It's expected of them. It's normal.
Because they see him in a bookstore and he was putting a book away.
Especially batteries.
So I just feel like I'm wasting my time.
God, it is sad that I know all
The
this
2-year project, I probably
Mark, do you remember the Craigslist rental that you said there was something wrong with it?
Oh, yeah.
Please come with
Anyway, they didn't even own it, did they?
You don't want to be.
Well, she doesn't call me back at all, but he doesn't either.
Oh.
If you don't want to, the guy doesn't. You don't want to do any work, that's fine. You can just be.
You still say hello, Jerry.
You know, at my
Hello, Leo. This is after he
was
left.
born and raised. He goes, you know,
Hello,
you never
Leo.
want to do that. So you choose to.
So were you able to talk to her?
And I asked you repeatedly.
And then she
That
makes you
Chinese
feel like
lady?
you're isolated.
This now?
Yeah.
Mrs. Song? No, I just talked to her and got,
How come you haven't
I'm sorry, no, it's not just on K. We have a phone number, but there's some construction, the mailbox is full.
14, 15
The
hours
phone.
a day.
Some
I don't.
Yeah, I just keep trying.
Here's a little extra. Leo.
Actually, it's hard.
Oh, they don't care. We all do it. Who? Criminals? Senior citizens. No big deal. You could get arrested. Arrested? Come on. I'm an old man. I'm confused. I thought I paid for it. What's my name? Will you take me home?
Well, he says, will you take me home?
Here's the batteries. Oh, come on. He's just saying that lonely old man. All old people steal. That's right. But that's why we stopped carrying batteries. I love you. Come on. I'm an old man. I'm confused. I thought I paid for it. What's my name? Will you take me home?
My neighbor across the street got Alzheimer's, and he had the same thing. He would wander off, go into stores, walk out with stuff. He drove off one time in a car and ran out of gas and over Nebraska. Didn't know where he lived. I mean, you know,
Sir, come back here.
What's my name? We should send him in the store when we need something.
yeah. That's what he would do.
Hey, go grab me that generator on aisle 4.
He'd just throw a shopping cart and walk out the
And then
store.
next time you see him, he's walking on the cloud.
God, that's funny.
Well, like the last 2-3 months ago, I was working on property.
What's my name? Will you drive me home? That is a good line, man. Oh, coupon.
You know,
It's obscure as hell.
but it's true.
I know, it's shocking. Who, criminals? No, senior citizens.
You don't really want to do any manual labor.
And they said, we all do it.
And just sit down and watch me do it. Stay in the house. I understand. 0%
We all do it.
Having it on shop is you know? No, I got to do it for you.
Free in-home estimate at 888-503-1742. That's 888-503-1742. 888-503-1742.
Cam Solar is the only solar installer I recommend. I'm Troubleshooter Tom
You watch
Martino.
Joe Close
With more
and
than 3,000 solar
No.
projects.
See, I
No,
do.
I do. I did when I was married.
Right.
For a free
Absolutely,
solar
yeah.
efficiency analysis.
I used to take the kids on the weekends. We'd go get breakfast and go to laundry because they had so much laundry backed up. Yeah, so that was a big bag.
Yeah, you can use 5, 6 machines at a time.
Yeah, exactly. How do you want to take this and you're going to be done? Oh, yeah, here's the laundry one.
Radio station.
She just, I mean, she'll pull clothes off of you to wash. It's just, oh, nice, beautiful. Yeah. Oh, it's even more than 2 days.
Hi, Tom Martino here. It's car day today. We have our experts in. We're talking about anything you want, though. Dave, you want to make a comment on brake warranty pads or warranties on brake pads, I mean. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Tom, I just want to let you know I bought years ago from Checkers pads for my F-150
Yes.
Ford pickup, and they were guaranteed for life as long as I owned the pickup. And I got free pads 2 more times before I traded the truck in.
Really?
Yeah, there's places that offer that.
That's crazy. How much do they cost?
Oh, they were like $24 for the front.
And it's for life?
Total.
For life?
For life.
So if you went to a mechanic and there was a warranty, you guys would order those pads and he'd put them on for them, right?
They're not going to install that garbage. Come on.
No, that stuff wears out too quick.
But they warranty them. What difference?
Yeah, but you don't get the quality of braking either. The distance it takes to stop, everything.
Did you notice a difference, Dave?
Yeah, they were better than the original. They didn't make noise.
Wow.
They were a softer
What's the
pad
brand?
that gives you better braking. They were Checkers brand.
All right.
I think Checkers out of business.
Well, actually, you got a good point. If they're a softer pad, they do brake better, and they don't make any noises, but they wear out a lot quicker.
But you get a warranty for life. You know, it's like tools. You know, if you get a warranty for life, it doesn't have to be the best quality, but it does have to do the job. But then if it doesn't last and you can keep getting new ones.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to run out and have it replaced every other day either.
No, that's true. Well, Kay, we're trying to get a hold of the contractor. Yes, Suzanne.
I guess the voicemail is full.
I know.
Clint said.
This is bad news, Kay. This sounds like a total ripoff.
Where is she located? Like Denver? Where
are you located, Kay?
Johnstown.
Where?
Johnstown.
Johnstown. Okay.
Where is Johnstown?
Just north of Denver.
I purchased a house in the Johnstown.
Is that where you are? Is that where he's working?
Oh, I'm currently in my older house, Longmont.
She's in Longmont now, but the house is in Johnstown.
That's up by that cell phone tower deal.
Yeah, but she now is in Longmont. She lives in Longmont. The house is in
I'd like to see what he's done.
I tried to move in that house.
Understood.
Hey, Kay, how much more has to be done? A whole bunch?
Oh, yeah, I got the new people working there around 2 weeks already.
So, okay, you have new people. Okay. So you did not get your $15,000 worth, did you?
I don't.
How much work did he do? What do you think it's worth, the work that he...
Work is the damage. I can read it for you, Tom.
The work that he did... No, here's what I'm asking. The work that he did, would it be worth $5,000?
No.
Would it be worth $2,000?
No.
Oh, my goodness. See, and the fact that his voicemail is full, that tells me you got a real problem. Kay, listen, it might be we can't help you. It might be this guy is just a clown and he disappeared, or he's not going to do anything. How did you find him, Kay? How did you find him?
My friend from the realtor, but he's using for my people because my language is not I'm not American. I'm half a Japanese.
That's fine. And you can and you found him through what service?
Actually, my realtor. She's
your realtor. Okay.
Yeah,
I'd like to have Clint. I'd like you to talk to the realtor, the real estate agent, really, and ask if they know how we can get a hold of this guy. If she recommended the guy, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Ben, what's happening, Ben?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Hey, I filed a bankruptcy a couple of years ago, Chapter 13.
Yes.
And I think I'm getting railroaded by my attorney and by the bankruptcy court. We started off at $516 a month, now and up to like $1,253 a month.
Did you incur any new? Hold on. Did you incur any new debt?
We didn't incur no new debt. My wife went. When we filed, she had breast cancer. She fought it and beat it, and she ended up going back to work. But she went back to work only making $12 an hour, and it like doubled.
Well, here's what a Chapter 13 does, Ben. A Chapter 13, that what they do is take all the debt, and they write down and do away with unsecured debt, and then they have you pay on the other debt. So what debt did you have? What debt?
I had about $45,000 in debt when I filed.
How much of it was written off to begin with? How much was not in the plan? They just wrote it off.
How much was wrote off? Probably half of that. I ended up keeping my car. And
so how much debt? How much debt did you keep?
I kept about
25.
Yeah, about 25.
Okay. Now, if you kept 25, your payment was $516 a month for how long?
For 1 year, and then they audited me, and then that's when my wife was back to work, and
then it went up. Did she file with you?
Yes.
Okay. So what they're saying is it was $516, and now with her added income, virtually all of it goes toward the plan because they decided that you had all. I can tell you what happened. If your income was, if it was determined that you could pay alone $516 a month, that means that the rest of it is considered your necessity. But any increase in income goes directly to the plan. You don't get to keep it because you're already keeping all but $516. The extra money then goes to help pay the plan quicker. That's the way it's designed. So you're not really... Go ahead.
Exactly. But when I get my statement from the bankruptcy, it seems like it's all... the attorney charged me $20,000 to file this.
$20,000?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
The first when we initially filed, it was 12,000 something, and then when he redid it a year, when they audited me, it was another like 6,000 that he charged me.
Well, there's got to be a reason for it. Do you have a fee agreement?
There's a fee agreement, but I always question him. Well, what do you get with the 6,000 to 8,000 that you told me initially, and why it went up so high? And he gives me excuses. You know.
Well, no. You want to see a detailed bill. He has to tell you why he's charging you.
And he shows it, but he shows it as a phone call, as talking to somebody, or
his time slips on a 13 time. I don't know the answer to this. Is there monthly reporting you have to do?
No,
okay.
You don't have to do monthly reporting. You just have a plan and you have a payment. 11s you have to do monthly reporting. But this attorney, that sounds like excessive fees. Here's what I would do, Ben. You have to do some homework, okay? Here's what you have to do.
Okay.
You have to call Mike or Gigi Wink.
Okay.
At winkandwink.com, and then you tell them I told you to call, and give them your case number.
Okay.
And ask them if they could please review this case to see if the attorney's fees seem out of line.
Okay.
And then also...
And I've done that. I've done that with another attorney, and he says the guy's getting rich. And
well, listen, that doesn't... Was the other attorney a bankruptcy attorney, Ben?
And he was off the referral list.
Who was it?
Long time.
Longtine? Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can talk to him. You actually consulted with him, and he looked at the file.
Yeah. Or he's my original bankruptcy lawyer.
Wait. He's the one that's overcharging you, you're saying?
That's what other attorneys that I've called.
No, I'm asking you, what other attorneys said he's getting rich? Who are they?
Oh, I just found them out of off the internet. Just
well, that's not fair. Listen, Ben, did they look at the file?
Yeah.
You gave him your case files. Okay.
Yep.
Could you give us the name of an attorney that got your case file that we can call and get an independent opinion, please?
Yeah. Or
And
I can call Wink and I can call Wink and Wink and
Chuck
see if
Ben. Chuck Lontine is not on the referral list for the past 3 years. When did you engage with him?
About 2.5 years ago.
He's been off the referral list for 3 years. Now, here's the deal. That doesn't matter. We're still going to help you, but he's been off the referral list for 3 years, but I don't remember why. I don't know if it was for complaints or not. We'd have to look into it. But here's the deal, okay? We need someone to look at this. Hold on. We got to take this break. Hold on.
He said he called someone. He said he called someone off the internet, and they reviewed his files and determined this guy's getting rich. So I want to know the name of an attorney that reviewed the files so we can call him. I hate when people just say shit like that. I just hate it.
Steven, stranger is Lontine's website. Strictly is a David Salisbury service. Wills, probate, nothing to do with criminal, BK, anything but estate planning. So it's just odd that that's who he's saying.
Yeah, but it used to be
BK attorney.
Come on, huh? We're in the past. Give me the past.
Okay.
Jan, I think he changed his. I would have to memorize that.
He must have then.
I think
There's so many when I look at it, I gotta remember that one.
Suzanne?
Yeah.
We don't stuck in my brain case. The realtor's mailbox is full also.
And you know what? You can Korea if you start
Kay's
watching
in
that.
Korea?
But you don't, they don't have
Okay,
the
I'm
same
sorry.
skills that you
Kim,
have
the realtor's in Korea.
It's like
phone call is through, but mailbox is full. This guy's in Arizona, not in Mexico.
You didn't call a Korean number, did you?
I have seen it. I remember Steve Carell on that show. She said she's in Korea, old show.
Yeah.
But it's a U.S. number, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It had a woman, but also the song.
When they go into like, they go into this one room to have their, they sit around the table. I watched this mailbox over a long.
No, it's fine.
I'm gonna tell Kay, I'm gonna let her go.
It's hard to
All
watch.
right.
I'll tell her that every kiss begins with K.
And then I'll give her yourself.
What's up? Choice. I don't know why, but these really hard accents, I understand them. And I don't know why. I get the really thick Hispanic
Mark,
and even the
that lady that brought in the car and air conditioner and stuff was, stripped the belt and everything. What actually did she come and pick that up then?
You know, I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to Scott about that. I don't know what.
I mean, that might be.
If she had us fix it or we disconnected
well,
it.
Like I said, we don't know what she.
She hadn't decided when they last I heard.
Really, I think we probably should do that. Get an update on it.
Talk to her on the phone. You told her her
So,
options.
and see if the car's still there. If it was a what, LeBaron?
Yeah.
You know who owned it?
No, it wasn't LeBaron. It was
John Boyd.
You know the lady's name?
But how do you spell John?
The one who owned it, or the real John? And then what was John Boyd? What the one who owned the car?
He was the dentist.
That's right.
We don't have a problem with it. Normally they tell us. We had a lady that last Friday brought her car in and said she's leaving on vacation the next day, so we were hurrying to get it done. And she called at the end of the day to say, hey, we're getting ready to leave. Do we really need to pick our car up? And I was like, I thought you were taking this car. Like, you told us you needed to get back. We're rushing to get done. She's like, oh, no. I said, all this work. I'd rather have it for a week. Leave it here.
She's in Longmont. Her realtor in Korea.
Doing what? Minivan.
I don't really know. So hard to find out. But her realtor's in Korea. But her realtor also got ripped off by this guy.
That's why I told her. I said, don't.
Who recommended the guy? The realtor?
600, tearing it down. Put it towards the month.
Not even up here, so.
Okay, give me 600.
I think she's lost her money. I don't know how it was.
6 months later, I just
sue the guy.
Now he's all pissed.
What's he doing there? That's where their company's at. So a phone number, and she said, yeah, they're in Arizona. He was up here helping for people. She's Korean.
my technicians deemed it is unsafe.
But it sounds like he was up here ripping everybody off. He ripped off the realtor and
I didn't sign the title and left the bank. He said, no.
Was he also Japanese? His son?
No, they're all Korean.
Korean? I thought she said she was half Japanese.
I know, but she said she's Korean.
She said half Japanese.
Well, the other half must be Korean. I don't know. She told me they're Korean.
Her name is Sum Ting Wong. Big Bang Bop. Remember that?
Oh, was on that plane.
With Captain Sum Ting Wong.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Let's go to the phones. Okay. So Ben said he hired Chuck Longtine. No, wait, not Longtine, not Chuck. What's his first name?
I don't know.
Is it Long? What was his name? Suzanne. What's this guy's name? Is it Longtine?
Longtine?
What's his first name?
Is it Charles?
I thought it was, but there's another Charles I know, Chuck Longtine, that's not an attorney at all. But anyway, this guy was on the referral list up till 2 years ago. He hired him, and he said he's making too much money on this case. Well, I don't know that. I mean, it sounds like a lot, 20 grand for a Chapter 13. What we have to do is we have to have it looked at. And he said he already had it looked at. Ben did. So did Ben give us the name of the attorney that reviewed the case so we can look into this?
What he told me, Tom, is he did not know. He honestly Googled a few attorneys and just hit dial.
But he sent them files. He sent them files, he said.
I will ask him again. He was going to email me all the info over the weekend.
Or we'll have Wink and Wink look into it. I don't care if he had it reviewed or not, but here's all I thought. If he already had it reviewed, we don't have to do it again. If somebody said truly it was unfair. But he needs to go to the Fee Dispute Committee for the Bar Association. So, Suzanne, that's what we're going to tell him. But I need to get Wink and Wink to look it over. Joy, what's going on with you, Joy? Joy?
This is Mike.
Okay, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Yeah, I thought the Supreme Court came out with a decision a few years ago that police could only ask you once if they could search your car.
They have to ask you to search your car?
They only have to ask once. I mean, they can only ask once. They can't pressure you by multiple actions.
I don't recall that one way or the other. Did something happen to you, Mike?
Yeah, we had a couple cops stop us and repeatedly pressure the person I was with to let them search their car, and they finally said okay just to get them off her back.
Was anything found?
No, but it was on private property, and they were just harassing us.
That's weird.
Actually, this wasn't police. This was county sheriff deputies.
Now, remember this. If there's probable cause...
There was no probable cause.
Okay. They don't have to ask. But I don't know. So what do you want to do about it? When did this happen, Mike?
Last summer.
Why are you calling now out of curiosity?
Because I'm curious. She doesn't want to do anything about it, although we have up to 2 years.
Well, you do have
up... I find out for sure about the Supreme Court decision.
I don't know about that Supreme Court decision. I really don't. I mean, I imagine you could look it up, but it's never come up on our show. Now...
They overturned the decision a year ago, and this happened a year ago. It's still within time.
There's a show called Live PD that's on. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Live
They
PD?
I watch it. Yeah.
They ask multiple times.
Right. And if the person says no, then they grab a
camera
dog.
crew follows cops
They grab a
around.
dog to search the car. If the dog alerts them that there's something in it, then they can search.
But I've heard multiple times.
Bad boys, bad boys. They say it's
Something like that, yeah.
It's in the middle of the day, and it's
Yeah,
night.
right. There's like 13
That's not live.
articles that they're live all over the country.
Yeah, but if the person says no, I don't want you to search my car, then they get a dog to sniff around the car. If the dog alerts them,
then it's probable cause.
Exactly.
Don't they have to get a warrant at that time?
No. They can search it
Not with the dog.
as long as the dog alerts that there's
No,
something
if there's
in
probable
the car.
cause, they can search, and probable cause is the dog getting a hit. And if they don't
Right.
have probable
But I've often wondered about that, because you can train your dog to,
Oh, yeah.
to make
Yes.
You could. You could train your dog, hey, if you smell air in the tires.
You smell a goodie in the car.
Those dogs are pretty cool, though.
They are. And most of them are trained in German. You hear their commands. So really? Yeah, so they don't know, the people don't know what they're talking about.
It used to be. I don't know if they still do that.
Oh, wow.
And you know, they moved away from German Shepherds to
They are on the
Malinois.
show.
Yeah.
They always do the
To what kind of dogs?
Malinois, they're called, the dogs.
Oh.
They're a little more athletic. Yeah.
I love my German Shepherd. His name's Johnny.
So you put them over in your
Yeah,
back.
so he's screwed up. Bring it in. I need to get a new hub. I get it, it's about $800 what we do.
But I've heard them
It shows up.
So we should put a deal on it. Is it Korean thing? What he's gonna have?
Yeah, but it could be a state thing.
Yeah.
The Korean, I know something.
I think
That's
ultimately, right?
Hey, just call
Or
and
you
check
mean
on my
like
dog.
literally what are they going to do?
Well, you're right. It's gonna probably be.
They're going to have a pathway to this. 100% complete denuclearization with people going in and looking anywhere, anytime they want. In exchange, we're going to protect them. We're going to open up their economy. We're going to pull sanctions. We're going to help them build it into like a fucking resort town or whatever the hell they can do.
Oh, you
I have
talking
no
about
idea.
I don't think he's gonna go over
back here?
I said, well, I don't know.
Really?
I don't have anything right now. I got to
God,
go
there's
start
so
putting
many
it to work.
years of hostility between them.
No.
Like you told me to.
That was 6 weeks
I
ago.
know, that's horrible. But I think it's people are about to, just about,
And I'm like, dude,
they're
we're
starving.
still working on this.
Generally,
Did he
people
see
talk
the
about
listing?
What are we working on? What is it?
Who
Who is it?
And I don't mind if they ask,
Yeah.
and I can do it. I trust them, and we can work. And I
Or I
don't
can get them over to CFS, which I work with.
CFS,
They
you own
can-
Scrolling and I'm like, not your call.
I love our new referral.
I know.
It's guys.
Oh my God, Mark.
Have you seen it?
Our three.
I saw him calling.
Hey, Kevin, go to
I would like to have
referrals.com.
one just to say,
Referral. Now, on this screen,
if you did some pro bono stuff with them that we need,
but this screen,
no,
some of
you
these
think it's
screens
a
are
value?
not
No,
scanned
because
right.
once they get tied into
Yeah, that's
it,
good.
Are they?
That's nice.
You can't pull that. Scroll down.
Oh, what about that one lady?
About Sandra.
That Jessica, I think we're gonna get one.
Is what?
Go back to the
And then you can
CNN
just
page,
start with CNN.
or Fox.
It's dying.
Anyway, but it's really good, like, on top here, you can scan by popular or this category.
cancer, he's got about 2
Oh,
weeks
nice.
left. I read the full letter. It's about
Now, I saw something
Very
that said
More
there
by
were
location
3
now. That's
high
nice.
profile
lightning that had
suicides.
a
That is.
tumor on his abdomen. They got rid of it. He had a ton of other complications, and then it came back with a vengeance.
So I heard there were 3 high profile suicides.
Cancer's a real
Kate,
bitch because a lot of
Faye,
times when it comes back, man, it's fucking
and who's the
pissed.
3rd one?
I don't know the third. Well, we have our local friend.
Well, yeah, and he's big in Denver, so.
Well, in music, but
Well, but in ballet, and that crowd is large. Large crowd.
I was telling them, can you, Sheriff Gray did this, he took pictures of suicides. Almost every case that you watch is to the nines, dress perfect, makeup and hair done.
That's all. I
When
mean,
they did the
it's like bending.
guys look like shit.
You just gotta go like this. Here's like this. That's not very
And then the
good.
guys here was just
It's like
they
this.
fix themselves
It's
all
like
up
this,
before they
here's
do it.
the-
Yeah, they don't want to be found dead looking at of all the ones like he had pictures going back for years that he was because they were. The point was, he's like, yeah, I'm threatening suicide.
I didn't think that would be
Take a lot more serious.
what's coming on.
Because of that, those pictures he had over 20.
So I'll call up, what's her name, so Monday we're gonna try to go see her.
It was like shit. The guy, there was always something violent. This guy that works with that works with pills or something.
is Guyan the one that offered to do it on his own?
Yes.
All the
Is Guyan a good guy?
Yeah, he's all right.
Before they died.
He's a project manager.
Do you think he has the capability of assembling a team and doing it cheaper than these other guys for a new project?
I don't think it'd be worth it. No, not this guy.
I thought it was just.
Not for this project, for other projects.
Right.
Maybe it'd be worth a bid, but I still like the idea of having a big.
That company seems pretty honorable.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I already passed church. Yours was second on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
So are they all mixed?
Well, you can go by,
What's Jatali?
you can go by results with either location or.
GETALI, I believe. Let me look.
I'm in the upper repair too.
GE.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Jatali, I got it. GETALI. At Juggernaut and at Studio
I use Juggernaut.
Okay.
You know what a Juggernaut is?
Yeah, it's just cycles.
It's a big thing. Big thing. Yeah, like a big now you're going to make hard to overcome.
You're the West, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. I've always looked at it as an overwhelming force. Powerful.
Apparently, I'm rotated out.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Century RV. It is car day, so Century RV is logical. That's vehicles. They have a 32,000 square foot showroom right here in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. You can also go up north on the 119 turnoff to Longmont and I-25 along Frontage Road. They have a big service center and used and new RVs. CentryRV.com.
They're blowing out those fifth wheels.
They really are good people.
Cougars.
303-451-1111. Okay, listen. This is a consumer show. Today is car day, but we're taking any and all calls. We have Budget A1 Transmission, an auto repair, Sheridan Auto Tech, and Out of the Springs, Honest Accurate Auto. And we had a call from a woman, a Korean woman, who was ripped off, basically, she said, by a contractor, Song Contracting, who took money, 15 grand, and won't finish the job unless she pays more, but he has hardly done anything up till now. And Adam has a comment on that call. I don't know why, but Adam, what is your comment on that call?
Hey, Tom, you started off the show talking about suicide prevention.
Yes.
And then after that woman called, I was about ready to jump off a bridge.
Oh, my gosh. What did you really? It was hard. You know, language barriers make things difficult, Adam. They really do.
That was tough. You tried.
I tried, but we helped off the air. We are getting in touch with these people. But it might be useless. You know, if people get ripped off, and the guy is a total, or the guy or woman or whoever it is a total deadbeat who spent the money and disappears or has, I mean, we can't go out and there's nothing we can do about it. That's why we try to prevent problems. And speaking of that, referrallist.com, our new site's up, guys. Kevin, what do you think? Did you search yourself and see what the listing?
Well, that was the first thing I did, yeah.
Isn't it beautiful listing? No, the listings are way nicer.
I like it. And it's really, really fast.
Really fast.
Really fast.
I mean, this...
I know our old one, man. Holy moly, was it getting slow.
No, but this is the best back end we have ever found. And referrallist.com is...
You said the best back end
we have ever found. Oh, my God. I did say that.
The children are jumping at that.
God, you're such a baby. Mark, you pink. He's like just a juvenile kid. In high school, you know, or like in high school, and down in the office, if I say anything, he'll say, you said but. It's like a little kid. You said but, I heard it. Joy, what's going on with you? What's happening, Joy?
Hi, Tom. I'm looking for a scrapyard, a junkyard, a pay and pull, or anyone else who would take a car without an engine and a transmission. But I've called a dozen places and no one will take it.
Really?
Can I give you a little background?
Yeah.
Okay, my son and we made a $4,000 mistake. I loaned him money to buy a 92 Acura, which supposedly had wheels worth $800 each and all these other bells and whistles that were all knockoffs. So my son decided he'd cut his losses and take out the engine to resell and junk the rest. But without the engine, nobody will take it.
What did he get for the engine?
Well, he still has it. He hasn't sold it yet. But meanwhile, we have this car without an engine sitting in our garage that nobody
What did he do with the transmission?
Well, he's got that too.
Is he going to rebuild them?
I think so.
You know, if you rebuild those, you can get some good money for them.
Okay, but that was his thought.
I mean, he could almost recoup $4 grand with a transmission and an engine, but it's going to cost him to rebuild it. But if he did everything himself and bought the parts and really did it, he could maybe get some money back. But in any case, guys, where does she send a piece of junk that has no engine, no tranny?
It has no value.
Tom,
they sell it by the
Not
weight.
even metal?
Just a block away from Buy and Build at 4920 same street. Washington Street is Denver Metals. They take scrap cars there. If you call there, they'll give you a list of guys that'll pick it up for you.
Oh my gosh, great! Because I'm.
What is it called, Mark? What is it called, Clint?
Denver Metal.
Yeah, but you just have to have a title for it, too. They won't take it. Okay.
Now, if you lived out in the country, out near Kiowa or Elizabeth, you just put it into a ravine in your backyard.
How about, Dan said something, cars for kids. I think they'll pick up anything.
Nah, not that. They want something at least that can be fixed.
It'd be a good car for a first-timer.
They will not pick it up. They will not pick up junk. They're not junk dealers. They want cars that can be used. It doesn't have to be perfect running, but they will not pick up junk. That I know.
How about those push, pull, or drag sales?
Well, you know what? Wouldn't that be fun to test that out?
That would be.
Push, pull, or drag.
Let's see if they'll take this one.
That would be funny. 303-713-TALK. Timothy? What's going on? Timothy, Tim!
Hey!
What's going on?
So, Pueblo Municipal Court sent me a parking ticket for parking on the street without a tag on a car that I don't own and haven't owned for over 23 years.
Well, listen,
now they're threatening to turn it over to collections. Do I worry about collections or not? Because I ain't going to pay it.
Tim, it would have been better if you committed a sex crime because they don't prosecute those. You get away with all serious crime in Pueblo, but they'll come after you to the death for that parking thing. So here's the deal. If that car is not owned by you, then you're not responsible. But it's best to do it officially and let them know that.
Well, I wrote them a letter.
Okay. How did they find your name on a car you didn't own for 23 years?
Well, they claim that the last time I registered it was 1995, which is, of course, the year I sold it. And they claim it's never ever been registered since then.
So people have been driving it illegally.
I have no idea.
And what, did they find it somewhere?
Yeah, it was parked out on the street in Pueblo. I assume.
Well, how much do they want?
Well, they want $40.
I don't know, man.
It ain't the money. It's the thing is...
Well, they can turn it over to collections. That doesn't mean they're going to get the money, because all that means is this is a civil thing. They're going to try to collect it from you, so they'll take you to court and try to get a judgment. But if you get served, you better show up and simply say, it is not my car, I sold it. It would be nice if you could show the records, but I don't see how they can hold you responsible after 20 years.
Yeah, I don't...
You're not required to keep records that long.
I may have had records at one time, but geez, 23 years?
Yeah,
no chance.
But if I were you, I would just wait to see if I'm served. The fact that it goes to collections doesn't mean much, okay? It just means they're going to try to collect it, but they still have to take you to court and get a judgment. Will, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I just wanted to make you aware of a possible scam. I'm going to make sure I got the right audio here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you right away from the beginning.
Okay. Well, the last 3 weeks, I've been getting contacted by a number out of Washington, D.C. The people on the other end of the line sound like they're Pakistani or Indian, and they're basically making a pitch through the Housing and Urban Development out of D.C. that I have been specially selected at random of one of 1,800 people to receive free grant money.
Great.
And it's changed from $7,500 earlier this morning to recently $9,500. I press them on it. I ask them about why. When I call the numbers back, the number has been disconnected.
Right. They're spoof numbers. Right. What do they want from you?
I haven't gotten to that point. I just didn't know if anybody else had been aware of it.
I've been aware of this. They've been going on for years.
Okay. Well, I know. I listen to you all the time.
Thank you, man. The fake government grants, I'm glad you're reminding us, though. I really am, Will, because these happen all the time. In fact, it's gotten to a point where, when you hear an Indian accent, you're expecting a scam. Isn't that terrible? I mean, I had a niece away at college, and her roommate was Indian. She called for my niece, and I said, sorry, I'm not going to buy anything. It's like, it's just because I heard the Indian accent. It was not fair at all. And then Jamaican, too. But if you go to our YouTube channel, we have all kinds of scams.
You're Jamaican me crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, isn't it terrible, though? Why is India, the Indian, the call centers, some of those doing the scams? We have had a rash of those in the past. But the government grant thing is a very common scam. Okay. Romulus. This sounds like a Star Trek movie. What's going on?
Short story. I took my car to auto mechanic for a diagnosis.
Yes.
And I got it back on a towing truck. Nothing works. It's dead, completely dead.
Okay, hold on, Romulus. Hold on.
Yes.
When you sent it to the mechanic, was it running?
Yes, I was driving it.
You drove it to a mechanic, and And what did the mechanic do?
Okay, I had a message on the screen that says drivetrain malfunction.
It malfunctioned.
So, right.
Well, do you think Romulus? Do you think the mechanic did it? Do you think he broke it?
Yes, definitely yes.
But what was wrong with it when you took it in? You must have taken it in for a problem. What was it?
Right. The problem was it was the message on the screen that said drivetrain malfunction.
Okay.
So the mechanic. Okay.
Why did they tow it back? Did you ask them to do that?
I'm sorry. To do what?
Did you ask them to return your car?
Yes. After a month, it was more than a month, and it was broken. They didn't fix it. Bunch of rice and a bunch of I don't know how to call it.
Have you paid them yet, Romulus? Any money at all?
Yes, but then I opened a debate with the credit card and I got the return.
Good. Now, Romulus, let me tell you a few things. First of all, it's very possible they did nothing wrong and your car was just about to break. I'm not saying that happened, but it's possible. But in order to find out, you need to get that car checked. And any good mechanic or diagnostician would be able to say, yes, they did this or they did that. But you also have to be open to the possibility that they didn't do it. How did you find these guys to begin with? Why did you take your car to them?
Okay, well, one of these guys was recommended by a friend of mine. Okay,
all right.
So,
well, do you totally think they're that crooked that they would break it on purpose?
Yes, you see, one day, this mechanic told me that I could have a problem with the timing chain, and guess what? Next day, the timing chain broke it.
But they can't make it break. I doubt they did it on purpose. Romulus, you need to get it. You need to get the car checked out. What do we tell him to do? He needs to have somebody look at it. Now, you have to hire this company, but SOS Inspections would do it, or Automotive MDs. They'll come to you. He can't drive it anywhere. It has to be towed, but it has to be looked at. Suzanne, find out what part of town Romulus is in or where he is. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joseph A. Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, and I always say this every time. Poor Joe's going to get a complex. I say I hope you never need him. Well, I really do, because if you need him, it means you were accused of a crime. But I'll tell you what, you'll be really happy to know that he is highly recommended and a great guy. So if ever you get in trouble, or a friend gets in trouble, one of your children get in trouble, if you're drinking and driving, you tried to calculate the amount of alcohol, you had too much, or marijuana, or anything, okay, listen. If you get in trouble, Joe Lazara, you're afforded a defense attorney. That's what you're supposed to have in this country. So 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Remember Joe Lazara, and you can look him up on our referral list at referralist.com.
This report is brought to you by Life.
As the lunch hour drive.
He's in our block.
We can throw it in and look. I don't know.
But it's going to cost it.
Yeah.
That's Romulus's car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why would he wait a month and a half? What was...
He drove it in, they towed it back.
Missing from the middle.
Yeah. It's possible that the timing belt could have broke.
Right.
No, that was
He said timing chain.
That was a different car than
Yeah, I
what
was
he
going
was
to say.
talking about. He said there was a mechanic told me my timing chain was a problem, and the next day it went out, so I don't trust him.
No, that's the same car.
So the timing chain may be out of this?
Yes, that's what it says. On the way I got the email.
All right, let's read some real information here. So what the heck did he tell the mechanic, and what did the mechanic say, and all that is important.
What shop was it? Does he say?
Mr.
Check engine light in the dashboard.
Teleview doesn't say an actual place.
When I got into this business, I used to make flavored vodka infusions for my friends as gifts. When I started to make a go of it, the owner of a local liquor store showed me the dust on some flavored vodka.
This whole thing out. I knew he had
straight vodka so smooth that you could drink it just by itself, then you'd really have something. So I did. And now, all these years later, we still only make one
control unit is what he was originally told that he needed.
Tito's handmade vodka. They're still in
Bottled for almost a month, so that's when it got worse.
So they did an engine control module or not?
It says engine control module installed, and I had to pay $13.50. $17.30. As a professional.
And then they had to take it to get it reprogrammed to a dealer.
Which is not uncommon with the BMW.
Some of the later model stuff, yeah.
If you don't have the right system.
2013.
Are you embarrassed by your style?
I worry about people that work on BMWs who don't know what they're doing, especially newer ones. Oh my God, they get in over their heads and they can cause
he
some
needs to go
problems.
to European place with that now.
Really?
Well, you get somebody that didn't know what he was doing. Something to a car that most
You're
people
gonna
don't
get
have
somebody
to
that
work
knows BMWs. My cousin's a BMW guy, and we get messages from other guys in
Today,
town, and we
it's
tell
almost
them.
nothing.
I had a guy last week that called him a 2015 turbo, and it's like, dude, don't touch that car.
Okay.
Tell your technician to walk away. You're going to get yourself in a world of hurt with one of those things.
You know what I say? It's 2013. That's when he bought it. It's in 2013.
It's an X3, so it's a little sporty little car.
That somebody didn't know what they were doing and didn't God only knows what to. That's the hard.
So I wonder what he actually paid.
Oh,
Did he pay that 13? Did
He paid it, but then he disputed it on his credit card.
Right. So he paid it, and then they towed it back over because they couldn't get it running.
But then the timing chain, he says the timing chain broke.
If it broke, he's done.
Is that one of those engines he took?
No, it's just you just
I don't think it's a zero.
It's not a zero, but you end up pulling the motor out to do the change.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to be huge work.
Yeah. On top of it, you put the chain in. I mean, was it running when he got it back in and the chain broke?
And
so that part was
the
fixed?
computer was put in and then actually.
So the chain to break, it had to run.
On the way
Hi,
to
Tom Martino here. Okay, let's go to the phones. Romulus is going to have to get that car somewhere. We can't just assume somebody broke it without some kind of knowledge. We can help him after that. Tino, what's happening with
you? Hello, Tino.
Hey, Tom.
What's going on, man?
My wife got in an accident. She got rear-ended on April 13th.
Okay.
And so we got with the insurance, and on May 24th, they approved the claim. And the adjuster hasn't called us or nothing. My wife has called 3 times.
Well, you said the claim was approved. What does that mean?
Well, the person that hit us rear-ended, she didn't have insurance.
Oh, wait a minute. So you went through your own insurance?
Yes.
And did you use collision coverage then? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And your own insurance isn't calling you. You did bring it to a body shop to begin repairs, right?
No, we still have it. It's drivable, but my wife doesn't feel safe driving it. But it's hardly.
Well, what insurance company do you have?
It's called Mendota Insurance.
Mendota. Spell that for me.
MENDOTA.
Tom, I think they're the agent. When I Google them, they look like they're an agent.
Mendota. Yeah.
Mendota. Hey.
Mendota.
Yeah.
Okay. So
my wife called the adjuster 3 times and they haven't returned any calls. So
who is do you know who your carrier is?
No, I don't. My wife took care of finding this insurance.
Okay. Well, something's wrong, obviously. We have to find out who the carrier is to even know who to call.
Yeah, I didn't have my wife didn't tell me that.
Okay, all right. So if you're asking us what to do, go ahead.
I was just wondering if you could just you're good at pushing people to do stuff.
Right, but we have to push the right people. Mendota is the agent. They have nothing to do with this. I mean, if you call, find out who your carrier is and who was the adjuster assigned to it, and we will help. But we have to have. We can't just go start calling random insurance companies.
I got the adjuster phone number and name.
Okay, hold off the air. Hold on.
Tom,
yes.
Brian Burns just texted me. He says Mendoza is a carrier.
It's not Mendoza. It's Mendota. He said it's a T, not a Z.
Okay.
So I don't know if that makes a difference. Are you sure it's Mendota?
Yes.
Mendota.
Then that's an agent.
Okay. So is Mendoza a different? Is that a carrier?
No, it says Mendota Insurance, cheap online insurance. There you go.
So that's not an agent. That could be a carrier. So it's
although when you go to their site at the bottom, there's Esurance, Allstate, Nation. Who knows what the hell this is? I've never heard of it.
This is what happens when people just try to save money with insurance.
I can tell you this: they got 1/2 star.
He should have Compass helping with this.
I did have Compass, but it just got too expensive for me, and
there's absolutely no way that they're too expensive. There's just no way. Now hold on a sec. Maybe when you compete with someone who doesn't give you coverage, it might be difficult. I mean, I could charge you $20 a month and not give you coverage.
They are an insurance company.
If you'd like that deal, I'll charge you less than Compass and not give you coverage. But there's no way that you're going to undersell Compass except in very rare circumstances. So here's the bottom line. We need to call the insurance company. You got the adjuster. Clint, would you get on it? We'll light a fire. That's what you're asking us to do, Tino. We'll light a fire. Hey, Bill, you have a 95 Honda Del Sol with wait a minute, 14,000 original miles?
That's correct. 14,400.
Come on. What, did it sit in a garage?
Those are sought after, too.
They're nice cars, bro.
It was my father's. He bought it in Arizona, and then he passed away a couple years after that.
They're beautiful little cars.
Yeah, it's in superb condition.
Well, it's got to be. It's only got 14,000 miles. It's like the paint nice and all of that nice?
Yeah, everything's great.
You know the value is what you can get for it.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
There's no book on this, bro. You go by what you can get for it. What options are in it? Power windows, power brakes, all that. Good stereo. What is in it?
It's got all power windows. It's got that little back window, you know, and then the roof.
Does it have the roll bar?
I don't think it has a roll, unless it's built in. I don't.
No, I mean it's an obvious roll bar. Okay, it's a convertible, right?
It's the Del Sol was this hard shell that comes off and you
Targa or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, it has a removable top, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Now, this is what they say it's worth online, $4,000. If you wanted to sell it for $4,000, I'll give it to you right now.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think that they're going by, like, you know, normal. They say the prices range from $300 to $4,000, but you got a car basically that's almost new. I mean, it's incredible. I
saw one with like 185,000 miles on it, you know, beat to hell, and that was, you know, maybe 3,000.
Hey, listen, Bill. That may have been driven too little as well. I mean, you got seals and all that to worry about. Guys, what happens in a case like that? What's worst case? I know I had an airplane that I didn't pickle properly, and I had to put money into some seals and stuff like that. So will there be major, like maybe head gaskets and stuff or not?
Probably not. Mostly just rubber paper.
Okay.
Brake system may have some
minor
leaks.
Stuff. So even less than $1,000?
Yeah.
So listen, Bill, how much do you want for it?
I have no idea. What I'm trying to find out is if
I don't know either. I mean, I really don't, because there are none with that mileage on it. Was it kept in a garage?
Yeah, it's jet black with red racing stripe seats, you know.
Man, this sounds cool.
Send us some pictures of it.
You know, who do we get to price this out, bros? What do we do here?
probably got to join one of these clubs that knows something about them.
Really
hey,
deep,
if anyone's listening, give us a call. Leave your information, Bill. Okay. And the important thing is, of course, that you don't get ripped off. You know, and that if it's done, we got to do this right. But I'm seeing nothing but good things about these cars, man. People love these cars. They love them.
It's really kind of fun. In fact, he bought it in Mesa, Arizona. I drove it to North Dakota after he got it, so that's 1,600 of the miles right there.
Guys, give me a gut feeling on value. Just give me a gut feeling. They're saying book never goes over 4, but they're going normal book.
7 to 9,000.
7 to 9.
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere between 7 and 9.
You know, like the earlier caller,
God,
though,
I think you could get 10 grand for it.
Based on the mileage and the age, timing belt.
Yeah, you still got your timing belt.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
That's $1,000.
Yeah, it could be. The tires are original too, so
that's not good.
So you'll need tires. You'll need probably tires and brakes and timing belt and fluids and maybe a seal or two. You know,
if somebody's going to give him 7,000 or 8,000 and do that themselves, I mean, that's a great. Both people win.
But listen, when we say 7 or 8 or 7 to 9, we're just giving a guess.
Yeah, right. I appreciate that. I mean, but you got a big audience that may.
So leave your number, Suzanne. Get his number. Okay, people, go price this. 95 Honda Del Sol, 14,000 miles. So here's what you got to consider. You're going to need a timing belt and probably tires. And brakes, right, guys? Wouldn't you change brakes just for the age and flush them and service them? Fluids. Same with the transmission.
All the fluids.
So let's take all of those repairs. 1,000 for the timing belt, tires, hoses, whatever. All of that. What? 2,500?
If that. But I mean, somebody's going to buy this. This isn't a driver. This is something they're going to collect and keep at 14,000, 15,000 miles.
Yeah.
What about a kid that wants a nice little Japanese car, man? You know how they love these Japanese cars. They could soup this one up. This would be unlike anything else on the road for these kids. You know, the ones that look for these little Japanese cars and they look to enhance them? This would be it, man. So we'll find out. I love that little top, the way it comes off. They're beautiful little cars. They're just extraordinary.
Chat question.
Yes.
07 Frontier. When he sits at idle and hits the brake pedal, it'll slowly go to the floor. If he's driving and cruising around town, it's up high and seems to work fine.
Power booster issue? Sounds like?
Or 07 Frontier.
Or a brake master cylinder.
Yeah.
What kind of pressure? Is that all hydraulic? There's no vacuum or anything, right?
There's a vacuum assist, but it's a hydraulic primarily.
Kelly, what's going on? Kelly?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, hi there.
You called originally, and you needed a company to pressure test your in-home sprinkler system that you and your husband did on your own, and you were finding it difficult to find companies that would do it because of the liability, but we had a company call in saying they would probably do it.
Well, what happened is he called me back. He was a really nice man. He then needed to speak, obviously, with my boyfriend, Terry. So in that time, he must have called his company back, and they said, he called back, and he said, I'm so sorry, I can't do it. They won't let us touch you because of the liability.
Did you call Cintas?
I did. Mark said, too. I called them.
And?
They said the same thing. They will work on commercial. They do the work. They said, we actually can do that work, but we won't touch it because it's residential.
Well, it's because you did it. If they installed it, they would have tested it. But they don't want to test someone else's system and give it the blue light or the green light. And then what happens then? If something goes wrong, you burn down. They don't want insurance companies subrogating against them. They don't want wrongful death claims. They just don't want it. You guys took on something that might be a big waste of time.
You know, it is. As I look at it, it's a headache. And what it comes down to, in my opinion, unless somebody else wants to moonlight and help me out, you have to look it up online and you have to figure it out yourself. And we've been doing it ourselves.
I'm wondering if a plumbing company, since what we're talking about is pressure testing, could you use a regular plumbing company?
You know, I think
if a master plumber does a pressure test, why wouldn't that suffice?
I can ask, and I sure as heck
Why don't you?
I'm going to.
A master plumber, we have plenty of them. For pressure, because that's all they're testing. They're not testing the function of the actual system. They're testing the pressure only, that it holds water. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630K.
They're overflowing it.
Right. They have some neck problems with if they go halfway full and it starts, then you're probably looking at a gas tank. We
Americans are doing better financially than we've ever done before.
Ever and ever. The economy's never been better. Unemployment's never been lower. Nothing has ever been as good as it is now, thanks to the foundation built by Obama.
To $100.77 trillion second quarter.
It was looking for, just waiting to hear what was coming.
Yeah. I think Mark wanted to argue with you, but he chose other words.
He used that one finger.
That gentle round.
You know, the cleaning crew here stole my fucking hand off my Trump doll.
He was
Really? Yep. I got a Trump action figure, not doll, action figure. And hold the hand fucking off.
We think.
I don't even know.
No, I know. I have no. Who else did? Or you?
I noticed it.
You know.
Yeah, it is kind of weird you noticed it.
Why would I want to
cameras in the office?
Show me the hand. He has no hand.
Yes, but not right there.
My neighbor's got an Audi. It's the same way. It's like.
Remember the Seinfeld one? I have no hand. Remember that one? That was George.
George had no hand. How did he get hand?
Because Kramer. Because he said, hey, do you think about me when you play piano? That's not good enough. I got a hand coming up.
That was also the Petri special.
Yes. And what does he say at the
hard
end?
time starting
He says, hey, I got a hand.
Right. It's like everything.
Use it. Or
You got a hand, and you're the What did he mean by that?
Jerk off.
It's screwed up because it's got fuel in it instead of paper. So it'll screw with the.
What number are you calling?
A main number I have is 9600.
Here, 1-800-422-0792.
The other one I get is a full mailbox.
That's customer service there.
Yep, give him a call.
Okay.
Tell him Mark said hi.
Okay.
Would you like that?
Get him on the referral. Mendoza Insurance. God, literally never heard of them. I'm sure they're self-bonded. Oh, we don't believe in state minimum.
We're not so bad.
We sell you insurance half the price.
Early Buick Skylark.
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful car. The old Skylark.
Yeah, Revere, you're right.
The Chevy Chevette, another Butte. Ooh, tomorrow, Triple Crown. Will we see another Triple Crown? That horse barely made it out of that last one. This
What's
next
the name of the horse?
Way
Belmont's
fucking
another
long.
half mile. Yeah.
I like it. Did you see that last one? I mean, he was
If
like...
he had another 50 yards to go, he was done.
I think so, too. So, to answer your question, maybe. Might take the crazy-ass long shot.
He got me in this LeBron James one.
The one-eyed James, they call him?
Why? I said, there's got to be something wrong. Oh, no, he looks great.
They're favored by fucking 12. I'm like, how can this be possible?
Golden State was favored.
No, they're favored.
No. This was 2 days ago.
11.5
points they gave him. They ended up winning by 20 total.
No, I mean just for
35.
I had a fucking line until he said,
Wow.
it's like Tom picking a stock for you.
It is.
I had a buddy who was that
We should have
way.
had him buy
Whoever he bet
football.
on, I went the other way.
I should have signed him up to I would have had a lock.
That would have been on the lot.
Golden State's 4.5.
Yeah, 2 days ago they were 11.
But it's at Cleveland, and that was at Golden State.
So I bet him heavy too,
That's
man.
tonight, isn't it?
That's why I get Washington won last night.
I know nothing about basketball.
That's a blowout. I thought Leonard. I was really
Tom Martino here. Let's talk to Justin. Justin, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I got a 2011 GMC Acadia, and runs fine, starts great, but every time we fill it up with fuel, half tank, full tank, doesn't seem to matter for the last month and a half, it will crank through like 2 starting cycles before it'll finally start up.
Guys, what do you think?
Something in the fuel system, but you're going to have to do some testing, whether it's a fuel pump that's pressuring off a canister, charcoal.
Yeah, because you got to have a gauge on it, possibly after we put fuel in it, and just see what happens.
What a weird problem.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Mark, your shot. Go.
We've seen them where they fill them all the way up, and that problem happens. But usually, then if they just go halfway, it's not an issue.
Regulator problem, purge problem,
something.
Fuel pump problem.
Could be contamination in the tank, so when you're filling it up, it's stirring everything
Restriction
up.
in the fuel filter. Sure.
A lot of things, yeah.
Maybe you're not filling it up properly.
Could be. Using the tailpipe.
What do you think? I mean, basically, that's it.
I think it's debris in this tank that's floating when he puts gas in it.
Debris stirring up when he.
Yeah, I mean, how
have
often,
you done
guys?
the fill filter or anything? Have we done anything at all to it since it's been happening?
So we've done. We're at 60,000 miles on it all, and so they did the fuel filter. It's been a while back. We changed it out, just on service, but we haven't done anything since it started. Like I said, it's been about a month and a half, but seems to be pretty consistent.
If he did, Kevin, have a bunch of sediment in there, how would you get rid of it? You got to drop the tank?
Drop the tank.
Yeah,
it's not that big
absolutely.
A job on it. Flush it out.
Drop the tank and hot seat it out. But a good way of knowing if there's sediment in the tank is get the fuel filter off of it that's in it right now and then cut it open.
Wouldn't it get really bad, though, if the tank got really low, down to the last gallon, then it shouldn't run either?
Yeah, I'm just guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been the only time. It doesn't seem to stutter or show any issues driving or anything else. So,
okay, well, listen, how often, guys, do gas tanks have to be, if ever, drained and
Almost
flushed?
never.
No?
Yeah, very rarely.
It's foreign things that are put in as opposed to stuff.
So that would be captured by a filter.
Like putting gas into the diesel
are they always
or something like that?
No, but our gas tanks always, do filters always capture bad stuff?
Yeah, they do.
Typically.
You don't have sediment building up at the bottom.
No. Typically, those filters do their job.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. We do have lines open. This is what's important. So you can get right through. Now, you can talk to us about a problem, question, or complaint, whether it's a car or not, or car-related. But you can also just gripe. Get something off your chest. What chafes your rear? I'll give you 15 seconds uninterrupted. Edna, your turn. What's going on?
Okay. I am bundling with Comcast. I have my TV, my telephone, and computer.
Sure.
And my telephone is not working. And the last 4 days I've called.
Now, is this your landline, your Comcast landline?
It's my landline. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is really,
Comcast,
it works on their broadband.
Comcast had a major outage.
Did.
Yes.
I don't know if it's all fixed yet.
And it might need rebooting because of it, Edna, even if they did fix it, because not almost all, but so many Comcast phone customers have been out of commission. In
East
fact,
to West Coast.
One of our businesses...
we were out.
We were out for... the last 2 days we've been in and out.
So Edna, it's not something we can help you with individually.
Okay.
It's a system-wide thing, but at least take solace in knowing that it's not just your phone.
Yeah. Okay.
And it most likely should be fixed.
Rebooting it.
Yes.
Because I think that might help.
That might. Sure. Well, try it and let us know. Thank you, John. What's going on?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Got a question on a 90 F-150 starter. I replaced it about a year, not quite a year ago, and it engaged and it just keeps trying to start. And then I took it back to the O'Reilly's where I got the part, and just recently it started doing it again.
Guys,
sounds like a Bendix problem.
Right? Yeah. Just continue to try. Yeah.
2 different starters, though.
2 different. Yeah.
then it's a voltage problem, right? Then maybe it's not kicking it out, or
well,
what?
it's got a remote-mounted solenoid.
Wait. When you say a Bendix problem, he's saying it's engaging. It's just not.
Yeah, the starter solenoid. It's not retracting.
Staying engaged.
Oh,
it's staying engaged.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know it's staying engaged?
Because it keeps on wanting to start.
Exactly.
You can hear it. You can hear
while
the starter.
Car is running.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. So it's going yang. Oh, that'll burn that sucker out in no time.
And ruin the flywheel.
Yeah. Does that have
and it's going to ruin the flywheel.
Yeah. So I replaced the solenoid also.
Okay.
You think I needed to try and replace that again?
I would go with a different brand starter, to be honest with you.
You know, you also might want to look at that ignition switch.
That's what I was going to say.
Yep. If that ignition switch is worn out, that will cause that too.
But the weird part would be...
But here's the thing. Once you get that problem fixed as far as the starter is concerned, you're going to want to have someone look at the teeth on that flywheel.
Right, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll start there.
Okay. Well, good luck to you, man. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have more coming right up.
This report is brought to you by
What's
Life.
your average AC service going for, guys? $100.
Such as a check or a check in
Well, you know,
like
if
£1
it's not blowing cold, you
check
got
insurance.
to suck it out, you got to refill it, you start there, put some dye in, and, you know, it takes longer to explain to people that I don't guarantee it's going to stay cold. Because if I need to recharge it, it has a leak.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so is the leak going to last throughout the summer, or is it going to last a week? I mean,
is the machine still real slow like there were years ago?
No, they're pretty quick.
And our average service would be an hour easy.
Well, a lot of times too, when you're recharging,
I'm in a vacuum recharge.
But yeah, but you don't want to charge it on the high side. You know, you want to charge it on the low side, start it up, let the compressor pull it in. Because if you pump it in on a hot car, it'll take 30 minutes to put a pound in a car.
Oh.
So you just throw it in on the low side with the compressor going. Close it right in. Because the temperature differences, the machine's trying to, you know, cool down the freon to get it pumping.
and also the machine will tell you if you're losing pressure too.
Yeah, but to a point, if you got a minute leak,
that's true.
That takes a week to materialize. The machine, it'll pass a vacuum test.
Yeah. Aren't those little valve cores fucked up a lot?
Usually we do that with our evac and recharge. We always change those out.
Yep.
How often do they go bad?
They go bad only from other people putting valves on them. So, like, we had a set once that if you turned it all the way down, it would crush that valve. So when you take your charging machine off, the valves go up. So we had to throw those away because I couldn't keep my guys from, you know, they just crank them all the way down instead of opening until the valve touch it. So they don't use it.
It ruins the seat.
Yeah. No, it bends it. Oh, okay. Right over. Yeah.
Like your income, your work history, and whether you pay your bills on time. And if you're just shy of getting approved, their credit care team can offer tips on how to improve your credit.
What is amazing? Just what Obama's done for this economy. Oh, it's wonderful. Hillary's still helping out in the background. She really is.
Man, did Bill get a little
question? Even the ABC, NBC, they all went after him.
Well, he blamed it on the interviewer. You know, that it was a chopped up, you know, yeah.
He really,
they should leave the poor guy alone.
it wasn't that long.
They're always going after, you notice they're always going after
liberals, yeah.
They don't give the liberals a break.
What is that?
Fake news. You know, it's weird though, in '92, everybody was saying, well, you know, she wanted to have sex with him too. It was consensual. And it was. No one's ever argued that. You know, Dan blew the president once. Whatever. So,
he wanted to.
My whole point though is he still doesn't quite get that. Think of the power role he's in. There's no bigger role in the world. I mean, he is the leader of the world. That's right. And
she's an intern.
And she's 20, and she's an intern.
Yeah. So he didn't. Right? Has he?
His deal is it was.
He said it was equal, and
it's not the same as what's going on today. It was.
But in '92, that was a answer. It truly.
Well, the whole thing is he's missing the point about what's
That's Lewinsky.
What's going on?
That's Lewinsky. He had prior to being the president, he had a lot of issues. He had like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about her because she is unique.
That wasn't '92.
Well, whatever
like
year it was.
96 or so.
Wasn't that late?
95 was right before right after the election.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's get to the phones and do it quickly. to help you. Tiffany, what's going on?
Hello?
Hey, what's happening, Tiffany?
Hi, we purchased a air conditioning unit for about $5,000 last year, and we've been calling them for last year and all of this year trying to get them to come out and fix it. They're giving us the runaround.
What's wrong with it?
Hello?
What's wrong with it, Tiffany?
They haven't even, like, hooked it up.
What? You mean
they haven't hooked it up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's never been working?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Tiffany, I can hear you fine. You're in a noisy environment probably, but I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Okay, so when you say they never hooked it up, they just left the unit there and walked away?
They came and brought the unit and walked away, so we called someone else to come out and look at it. They're like, well, it's not even bolted down. It's not even connected. So we called them and let them know, like, look, you guys didn't even connect it or it's not even bolted. They said somebody could just walk away with it.
Did you pay for it?
We're missing something, though. Were they supposed to install it?
They were supposed to install it, yes. Yes.
What's the name of the company, Tiffany?
It's called Top Dog AC.
Okay, and how much did you pay them?
$5,000 for the whole entire unit.
And you paid them how?
Credit card.
Okay, did you dispute it on the credit card as fraud?
No, I didn't because it was last year.
Okay, and you just kept hoping they'd come back. So obviously, Top Dog doesn't sound like they're going to do anything.
They actually are not. It's a hair salon, and so what's happening?
Whoa! You bought your AC from a hair salon?
No, for a hair salon.
Oh,
so
for a hair salon,
are they out of business?
No, Top Dog is not out of business.
When's the last time you actually talked to them?
This morning.
And what did they say?
They said they had someone out here last night on the roof, and that was it.
Did they say they're going to get it fixed?
That's what they've been saying, yes, for the past month.
Well, here's the way I look at it, Tiffany. Do you have a contract from the original purchase?
Yes.
Okay, does it say installation?
I would have to look at it.
Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at it, and then we can help you, but you can sue them also in small claims court for the value of the installation, whatever it's going to cost. It sounds to me cheap for the AC and installation.
For a commercial building.
But, Tiffany, we will call Top Dog for you if you have someone's number and say what is going on. So
maybe get a quote. I mean, like, get a quote on fixing it or get a quote on installing it.
Yeah, did you get a quote on installing it? They said they wouldn't touch it.
They said they wouldn't. No, the new people said they wouldn't touch it.
Why?
Why wouldn't they touch it?
There's no reason why they wouldn't touch something. I mean, if it's there and they want to...
Even if it wasn't bolted down, why can't they bolt it down and install it?
Right.
Right, well, they said because it was incomplete. They said because it was incomplete, like whoever did it.
I would like to have one of our experts look at it, but before we do that, I'd like Deputy Clint or someone to call. Let's call.
I can't even. It's funny. Clint, I Google them. I can't even find them.
Who did you just call? Did you get done with the call though? Did you talk to anyone?
Tino needs to go home and talk to his wife. She already got this taken care of and got the check issued earlier today.
She got the check.
Yes, or mailed.
And that was for the...
Did she, like, cash the check?
No, we're talking about the insurance claim, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because he said Mendota. Now, you never contacted Mendota, right?
Yeah, I finally got hold of him. The claims adjuster was on sick leave. That's why he couldn't get hold of her.
Okay, so Tino, that's solved.
But his wife had contacted his wife, issued the check today, and talked to her.
And she took off.
Yeah, she didn't let him know.
Okay, so that is definitely a definite. 303-713-TALK. Let's go to Marlon. Marlon, you have you say you have a starter problem solution, the one that stayed engaged?
Yeah, that's right. Used to work many years in auto parts, and what you find with, especially on the Ford models, is over time those starters, they mesh so tight, so well with the flywheel the starter gear is actually a little softer than the flywheel, but over time you'll get kind of a sharp edge built up on the flywheel, the back side of the flywheel.
And what'll happen?
It pulls the starter in, so when the vehicle starts, it sounds like it is still trying to start. After this person goes through 2 or 3 starters, they've worked that sharp edge off. So generally good practice is to reach in and check the flywheel and use something like an old point file just to take off those sharp edges to prevent it from happening again.
So you're saying, have you guys ever heard of this happening?
Yeah, I've never seen a Bendix gear not disengage because of a burr on the flywheel, but, you know.
He's saying that it is disengaging, it just sounds like it's engaged, I think is what he's saying.
But if it isn't disengaged, what's that?
It's staying engaged.
It's staying engaged.
Being held in by that sharp edge. If he looks at the teeth on the starter, he'll see some
So what do you
wear,
file that? Do you file that down?
Yeah, you just reach in behind the flywheel and you you can do it with a sharp.
And what do you how do you turn the flywheel? You gotta file down the whole circle, right? How do you do that?
So it's generally, and the guys there will tell you, it's generally in the same area where the starter is starting.
Does the car or the engine always return to what's called top dead center? Or
yeah, he has a point. Basically the same location, give or take.
Yep.
Well, okay, that's something to try. I mean, he sounds like he knows what
I've never seen that before, though. Kevin, guys?
These guys have never heard of it?
I've never seen it.
The thing that throws me off is when the guy called that the starter seems to work okay for a while and then starts acting up.
Jared, what's going on with you?
Yeah, Tom, I got a 2007 Jeep Wrangler, and it seems like when I go to start, you can hear it click. I'll grab the shifter, it's automatic shifter, and I'll just like jiggle it around, and then it'll start right up. Is it, is the
that's the position. Or? That's the position sensor in the wheel.
No, in the neutral safety switch.
Yeah, neutral safety switch.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. It's a switch in your column, or is it on the floor? Which one is it?
It's on the floor.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll go to try and see. You can hear it click, click, and I'll grab the shifter and just wiggle it around, and then it'll start right up. So I'm not. What's that all about?
Could be a worn-out shifter too, causing that. You just need to get it checked out.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be something very basic.
Could be a linkage bushing that's worn out causing that.
But it sound most like maybe the switch.
Yeah, anything in there.
Okay, our lines are wide open, but I don't even know if we have time to take another call, so let's just throw this out there. You have any specials you want to throw out? Anyone? Guys.
No, but we still got that Find It, Fix It, $89 or it's free program, and that's working really good.
Find Fixer free for $89, which doesn't include parts. So your labor's limited to $89, and if they can't do it for that, it's free, and you don't get it done, there's no risk. But they will find the problem and fully document it for you. If you decide to have the work done, it's $89 plus parts.
I just want to remind everybody that we're giving 2 cars away next month. Go on our website and nominate somebody if somebody's in need.
HonestAccurateAuto.com to nominate somebody for a car. And by the way, that special was Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, which is 303-781-9858. And then Sheridan Auto Tech, just good plain service, 303-455-7242. Save all your problems for me.
Starters like GM
got a 03 Odyssey this year, and
but the Fords, if you tighten one up all the way,
I nominate
you
Dan.
don't kind of put them in
Dan, guess who he nominates?
Me!
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just a little crooked.
Like the old Ford, you just suck one bolt up all the way and then try to put it
Dan,
in
I know
and GM starters all the time.
You can get shims. People
put up or they fall out. They call the Royal Ford.
So I'm actually going to exit right where all those car deals are, right?
Many times that's true.
Do you even know?
Yeah, they're going to take Nevada 115. Yeah, on Tejon and they get on Nevada and just Nevada.
You're
You're definitely not
not coming fishing.
Definitely not.
How long has it been since you've
It'd be a long ride.
Long time.
Actually, I might fish off the Royal Gorge.
You might end up there.
When you come in a couple of weeks, remind
They
me
got
on that
Jazz
giveaway
Festival
so I
up there
can print out a
this
sheet for Tom so we can announce.
And we'll
it
even
in time.
mention it other days, too.
Have him bring it. What's that? And we'll mention what?
We can mention it other days, too, whether
Yeah,
you're here or
sure.
not.
I'll send you a text message to remind you. Are we down, Dan?
Almost.
Thank you so much.